600 gold. Maybe more. That's nothing to sneeze at. Neither is the danger of, what, over 20 well-organized, bloodthirsty harpies? It's a risky job for any merc, that's for sure. But protecting innocent sailors from getting carried off and eaten certainly seems like it could be Luca's thing. He needs the money, seems interested in the idea. Even Kat seems like she could get on board with a little revenge and a lot of coin. So where does that leave me? I'm no monster hunter, have no interest in becoming a merc, but I do have power and fake IDs. If Luca died out there alone, and a few blasts of well-placed magic could have saved his life, well, I'd feel pretty bad. I want control. Sitting around and being afraid isn't what I do anymore. On a less dire note, we went to investigate a fighting tournament being held in some bar called the Belly of the Beast. As far as fighting rings go, it seems pretty upstanding. Here to make cash, not make a mess. Death is bad for business, blah blah blah. Their star fighter, the Titan, is definitely a force to be reckoned with. But as it turns out, so is Luca. A little embellishing of Luca's past got him an audition at the place. And not only did he impress the coach, he impressed the Titan herself. Luca is so annoying in a fight. Seeing him inflict that on some big overconfident bastard in the ring? Yeah, still laughing about that one. Luca can talk the talk, walk the walk, and best a giant woman, then that could be a clean 200 gold for him. He seems hesitant about the whole arena fighting thing, though. I guess needless violence isn't really his thing, even if it is for fun and sport and profit. Hard to deny he'd be good at it. Maybe that's the problem. I guess we should tread carefully. Last thing I want is another Kai incident. Luca, you're so lost, aren't you? Lost, haunted, alone. I know how you feel. Well, anyway, I'm recruiting your grandma for a dastardly scheme of mine and stealing one of your coats. This is what you get for befriending a criminal. Don't mind me. You have a tournament to win, right? Oh, yeah. Speaking of going to Regalport to be a sneaky little criminal, I ran into Willow over there, too. Wonder if they were doing what they were doing back there so soon. Getting up to more trouble in the docks, probably. And that trouble shows no sign of stopping. After some contemplation and a little bad naming, Luca agreed to give the whole fighting arena thing a whirl. So we headed back to the Belly of the Beast to sign him up. And, well, it looks like the Titan isn't the only notable face Luca might be up against. Remember that guy who bought Willow's songbird? Tall, white hair, red coat, big sword. Yeah, I think we just found him.
Which leads us in to where we last left off. You are in the Belly of the Beast, having just walked into the premises with the intent to sign up Luca to participate in the contest, when who do you see there? But Damon Ir Arduntego, a nobleman dragon slayer from, apparently, Stormreach.
Luca...
He's just done signing up himself. Luca has introduced himself. And this man is having a friendly little conversation. While Willow and Anne are quietly freaking out, and Kat is standing next to you like, huh?
Poor Kat. She has no idea what's going on anytime, ever.
She's new here.
Yeah. At least Kat is aware that she doesn't know. Luca doesn't know that he doesn't know. So, Luca, what you saying to this big handsome man who is definitely, like, at least 15 years older than you?
Damn it. Okay, that's fair. Oh, well, I'm gonna introduce myself.
Anyway.
He seems like a fun time, even if we can't have that kind of fun time, you know?
You should not be surprised by this.
I know,
Just continue.
I was like, hello, I see you're signing up for the tournament too. I'm Luca. I offer my hand, like, leaning into him. Hey!
In that voice?
Yeah.
You twirling your hair while you do this? Bro,
Maybe
come on.
a little. He seems cool.
He does
right?
seem cool. No.
He seems so cool.
Damon shakes your hand, Hey, nice to see a fellow fighter. Damon, I think I said that
Luca.
already.
Yes, me too. Sorry. I might.
So, you a local around here?
I'm from a little town down the ways. You?
Ah, I'm just a
You're from
tourist around
Stormreach.
here. Yeah. I've been around here a couple times. Can never find my way around the place, though.
It's big. If we could take you around. Oh, my friend's over there, and I point to the others.
And has resumed a casual stance, but I get the feeling Willow has not.
Willow's shoulders just jump up to their jaw. They were trying to perceive. They were looking at him at the exact
Whatcha?
moment that you're like, my friends are over there.
What you trying to look for?
Any details about the kind of who he is, where he's from, what
Can
he's
I-
about?
Do a history check on that name.
Yeah.
Try and do a history check on that name.
You
That's
guys are
smart.
so
I'm just-
like,
Who the fuck is this?
and Luca
you-
is like, hi.
Yeah. No brain.
god, nice sword.
Oh, that's what I'm missing, my character sheet.
Yeah.
Good to have.
Luca drops his
Okay.
everything.
Yeah.
Well, he is okay with a 21 perception check. You can tell that he is like well outfitted for adventuring. That sword of his is like clearly custom made. And in addition to the general like jewelry he's wearing, of like the ruby pendant in the shape of a dragon, the very elaborate red leather coat, which has a faint scale pattern on it, might be dragon skin, in which case, whoa, fuck, what the hell? But it could also just be like a different kind of reptile with red skin, but you know.
He's very dragon themed, is what we're gathering.
Yes, he is. And on a 21, I will say you can tell that that sword is made of adamant, which is an incredibly hard type of metal and incredibly expensive.
So he got money.
Let's kill dragons.
Yeah, these are my friends, Willow and Kat.
He gives them a little wave with like a pleasant smile and turns his attention back to Luca. So, you been around here often, or guess you're about to sign up, huh?
Yeah, first time actually. Yeah, no, new guy.
He steps aside. Well, don't let me keep you.
But you can keep me as long as you want. I don't think anyone would mind.
And looks at Willow.
Sorry, me, the DM, needs a moment to recover from that.
Oh my god. You're so embarrassing!
It's a
Can't
good thing
take you
he's
anywhere.
stupid because he doesn't know that he's being embarrassing.
Oh, no, Luca can just be embarrassing. He's just immediately gone. You're just immediately misbehaving. You're just so.
Yeah.
He's acting a fool.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Whatever, bro.
Damon says,
Just.
well, how about we continue our nice little chat after you signed up? I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
I'll hold you to
But,
that.
Mr. Jones looks like he's a little impatient.
Oh, yes.
At which point you look over at Ahab Jones, who is like, finally, kid, you ready to sign up?
It seems my managers have convinced me, so yes.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so he waves you over and starts going over like sign up details with you. There's the fee of 2 gold. To
I'll
sign
take it
up.
off my sheet. I'm paying Luca's
Okay.
way.
You sure?
And quickly
Yep.
slides up.
like,
Ben's got money to spare.
like Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, I poke my nose over the counter and place down the money.
Luca, like, I want to sign up. Do you have 2 gold?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So what's your moniker for this thing?
Is that
You
Dante?
decided?
I mean, Damon?
No, that's Ahab.
Oh,
Who's speaking to me right
sorry. Yeah.
Luca looking directly at Damon, like, huh? Ahab who?
now?
Huh?
I'm a bit distracted.
Look. I'm
Sorry.
swirling my hair.
Somewhere
No, he can say on screen. It's just I got distracted by Pete's like sexy voice.
I'll bring him back when he's speaking. Talk to Ahab.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, man.
He's just casually standing to the side.
Oh no.
Can I do a history check on him while he's standing there?
You could try.
Okay.
I
we'll do.
lean in a little and like, can I write it down?
Yes.
Ooh.
Write it down for
Wow.
Ahab. Ooh, wow.
Willow's just hard staring in the distance while you your way around this man.
Okay. You do know the name, Ir Arduntego. That was a, Central Cyran noble family. You believe that they were, one of the sponsors for some of the Canith Academy stuff. And they lived sort of, you never met any of them, but you know the name on that natural 20. You know that they are sort of an older family that sort of predates the war, at least, and made their base in Syria, and I think were more magically inclined. Like, they did a lot of astronomy and historical documentation.
Thank you.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, that is very
Hella interesting.
This guy looks to be like either late 30s or early 40s. So,
Mhm.
That's a good
Yeah.
age.
hey, I know he's hot, but please, we have a game to play. Okay. So you write down your name. Ahab takes a look over it and says, "Yeah, we could work with that." All right. He holds out his hand and shakes it with you. Pleasure to have you aboard, kid.
I'm sure it is. Shake his hand. Nice and tight.
Cool. So, first round of matches on the 5th of Avery. Don't be late.
Of course not. I wouldn't deprive
Got
you of
about
my
8,
presence.
9 days. You got about 8, 9 days to get ready. Make sure you're in fighting shape when you get here.
Of course.
There's changing rooms in the back, and he basically just goes over the, like, all the particulars. Meanwhile, Kat is, like, looking at Willow, who is visibly tense, and is like, "Do you know that tall guy, or..."
Willow's like deep in thought and looking. Doesn't really hear Kat's first question, or doesn't know it's angled at them.
She, like, hisses in your ear, basically.
Whoa.
Do you know that
Pardon?
guy?
No. Now I do.
She gives you a look of confusion. You want to go
Willow,
outside, or?
Willow just kind of puts their hands in their pockets and like stands aside, but they're not going outside. They're just watching.
Okay. Cat gives like a quick glance and then just stands there. She'll wait for an explanation. So, after like a quick few minutes, Luca is all signed up and ready to go. And Damon saunters over as you head back towards your friends and says, "Hey."
Hi, all done. So I'll be seeing you the 5th?
Sure. Or sooner. I'm still here.
That's true.
You know any place that's good to eat around here?
Yes, I know many. Would you like me to take you?
Hey, I'd be happy to.
I look at the others like, you guys want to eat, right? We're always hungry.
Willow's looking down at this time, like just fiddling with something in their hands. Their bracelet, maybe.
And it's kind of looking between Willow and Luca, seeming very neutral, which is not a yes or a no.
Oh, pardon me, where are my manners? Damon, like, does a sweeping low bow.
Oh, he's so hot, it's ridiculous. That's Mim. That's not Willow, that's Mim.
I know.
Okay,
Luca's
sorry.
like,
Damon
like,
Ir
who's-
Ardantego, lately of Stormreach. How'd you do? Your friend here, Luca, right?
Yes.
Is N looking like they're going to reply, or?
Yeah, if Willow's not gonna say anything.
Okay,
then-
Willow's... Willow Jenkins. I'm going to hold a hand out to him for a handshake.
He accepts it and gives you a nice hearty clap. Jenkins. I feel like I know that name from somewhere. Ah, I remember. I was at this fun little novelty shop the other day when I was back here. The fellow there, little goblin guy, real cute. He said, someone called Jenkins often gave him neat little trinkets to sell. That wouldn't be you, would it?
So on a
Willow's
scale from
just-
1 to 10, how dead is Willow in that grasp right now?
Willow has vacated their body. Willow's ears are up, their tail's dead down, and they are just stalled, blue screened.
Wait, does Luca know that
No.
No.
Willow wants the bird back? Does Luca even know
Yes.
about the bird?
Luca
think he
does
does know
know
that Willow
about the
wants it back.
bird because he was there when Willow sold it.
But, like, does he know that Willow wants it back?
Luca
I'm not
does
sure.
not know that.
Yeah, I
don't
didn't think
it's
so.
come up.
Okay.
Well, even then, we'll just say your memory's not what it used to be, so
Anywho,
you don't really recall.
En's probably gonna shuffle on in right now and be like, I'm En, by the way.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And has their arms folded, but they give, like, Damon a nod.
Yeah, he gives a polite nod back, leans back, rests his the palm of his hand on the pommel of his sword. So, you a local or just passing through?
Nah, no. Definitely not a local.
Damn. Seems like everybody in Regalport doesn't live here.
He's a port
Oh,
town.
Yeah, guess so. Guess you're right.
How's Willow
Oh,
at this moment?
Once the handshake was let go of, Willow's hand just kind of like went back into their pocket, and they're just standing there. They're just standing with bad posture and no vibes.
And I know that place you were talking about, though. The, and snaps their finger like they're thinking... Malachi?
Yeah. Something like that. Malachi's something.
Yeah, magic something or other.
Magical miscellany.
Yeah, that's the one. And gestures to Willow. As Willow mumbles that.
Don't gesture to me. Willow doesn't say it out loud, but with their eyes, they're like, don't, what's that hand doing gesturing at me? Stop it.
Do not perceive me right now.
You find anything interesting there? There's always new stuff.
Yeah, I found this funny little bird the other day.
Oh. What's it do?
It sings.
Oh. But,
Oh, yeah,
like,
Willow made that.
Oh,
Oh, really?
They're very clever.
Seems like it.
no plan. This is wrong. This is wrong. No plan. Replies first contact with Luca Carson. You should have seen that one coming.
To make a plan.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh. Willow goes from slumped forward with no posture to just head swings back on their shoulders. Like,
Did you still have it?
Yeah, I do actually. Here, he reaches into a side pouch that's clearly a bag of holding, and pulls it out, and there's this tiny little brass and tin bird that he baps the head on it like he's petting it, and then he goes, bring back, bring all the money to me.
Yeah, it's one of a kind.
Yeah, it's fun. Cute little thing. Cat standing next to Willow, gently, rubbing their shoulder, hey, don't die.
Is Anne gonna try and
What, swipe it and run? I've considered it, but I'm not going to. It's if I did not have to come back to this establishment in 9 days.
oh my god.
An attempt to
thinking, can leave.
Swipes it on
my
his head and
God.
legs it.
Oh my gosh.
If I was
Okay.
is not going to do that. I'm just gonna look impressed.
Did Damon introduce himself to Kat? By the way, I feel like.
Yeah, he's going to introduce himself, or rather, Kat's going to introduce herself and hide Willow behind her a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cat.
She just swats Willow in the thigh with her tail, get it together. It's
Yeah. Okay.
hey,
Willow's
Kat,
just going
I'm a sailor passing through, and there's a bit of banter. It's polite little small talk.
Yeah.
I feel like Luca keeps also chiming in
Yes.
Yeah.
on the
Absolutely.
conversation. They
Pick me, girl, Luca.
they're really kind of just talking about nothing. Damon pops the bird back into his bag.
And is making a note of which pocket he keeps the bird in.
It's a bag of holding.
I'm not doing anything. Oh, good. Then I'm gonna pull out 18 eggs. I have 14 other weapons before I find the fucking bird.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Okay, while you guys are chatting and all that, Willow is recuperating. They are finding their skin again. They are re-inhabiting
Putting
their
it
mortal
back on.
coil.
Yeah.
Yep. They're screwing their head back on. And they'll just kind of clear their throat and interrupt. If you're looking for somewhere to eat, we could continue this conversation over lunch.
Sounds fine to me. I'm starving.
Luca nods aggressively.
Luca just exuding blossoms at this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know the Dream Daddy thing where they sprout flowers and heart emojis?
Yeah, Luca constantly. You know what? You're valid, but shut up.
Is there any chance as we're making our way to the restaurant I can stop by the post office and check my postage?
Sure. Yeah,
Just
say that.
just
Yeah,
deacon there in passing.
Yeah.
yeah. We'll
There
probably
is,
tell you where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. and just like quickly excuses themselves to run to the post office. There is in fact one letter from Vise.
Of course there is.
Luca is so distracted he doesn't even offer to go with N.
I feel like Willow's walking in front, and Luca and Kat are walking on either side of Damon, just like chatting.
Yeah.
And then Willow's just leading the crew, like fucking head duck over here.
There's probably like, so wow, did you really slay a dragon? I'm imitating Luca here.
How dare you? How dare you get me so right?
So am I right to assume that the note is just like, come see me, or
It's like, found your mystery man's name.
me first? I'm just because the flavor you gave Visa's like secret notes last time was like holding them over the candle. I'm just imagining Anne in a back alley with a candle and this note.
Oh my gosh. No. Just so weird and seedy in the middle of the day.
And then they get annoyed and they like rip it up.
It's behind a crate. Just burn the corner of it and let the rest of it go.
Yeah, just throw it in a bin.
Is that all it says?
Out. Yeah, they're usually disguised as like vouchers. Found your mystery man's name. Come see me. Because usually the information is sensitive enough that it's like better to have it spoken in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if Anne knows where they're going, Anne might actually go to the visage while these chuckle fucks are going to eat.
Okay. Sure.
Let's say it's somewhere with a line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while we're in line, you can go.
To stereotype it, you take Dante out for pizza.
Of course.
Nice.
Damon.
Absolutely.
Damon. I'm doing it now. God damn it. I'm forgetting my own OC's
No, it's okay.
name.
It's fine because his surname is
Dantego.
Dantego, so that could just be his nickname.
Nope.
No, his
Legally
name is
distinct.
Damon. He's Damon.
Damon.
Yeah.
You take Damon out for pizza.
Yeah, we do.
But it's like
there's a
an
line.
upscale pizzeria, so there's a line of people waiting to be seated.
Woodfire. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like one of the
Yeah.
must-eats. Cat.
Yeah.
It's for Cat. We're doing this for Cat.
Yeah.
Go in. Go find out your
and
information.
Go Anne. Yes, and we'll go.
All right. You arrive at the Visa Visage
As someone else.
as Kai.
So I will go to my usual place, where I wait for Reese.
Visa only briefly comes in to get something out the back room and then spots you and is like, "Oh, wasn't expecting you so soon, honey."
Just here for information.
Right, you got my letter.
Indeed.
Yeah, the name of the guy. Took quite a bit of looking to find him. Damon Dantego. He's not from around here, but he keeps popping in and out.
Really? A noble, huh?
Apparently, he's got money to spend.
Interesting. Just a name?
It's only been a day, honey.
That's enough.
Figured I'd let you know as soon as I got something.
I appreciate it. Well, I'll let you get back to work then.
Peace nods. See you around.
Goodbye.
And you leave.
Yes. I will
Wow.
run out of there. Return.
Great.
and
job.
power walking through Regalport like
Yeah.
fuck.
The waste of all your money be like,
Sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes they just show up.
and join you
I
for
think
lunch.
Vise would have also
apparently.
told you like where he's staying, which is at a gold dragon.
Of course.
One of the, which is like the fucking Four Seasons of Eberron or whatever.
Yes, well, it's not the crown, so you know what? I'll take that as good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't trust anyone staying at the crown at this point.
Fair.
So yes,
Don't trust rich people.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't do it anyway, but now it's like an extra level.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so our lunch. Willow still.
Yeah.
Are we back to lunch?
Lunch.
Yeah.
It's probably
And
just gotten
like
back to
walking
the
Yeah.
table we're
in.
about to get in.
Yeah.
Or
I
at the
think.
table.
Yeah. Kat ordered something for Anne, probably the same as she has, or like one
Yeah.
of the things she wanted to try.
That's fine.
So she can pick off N.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's a pizza place, so
Yeah.
we'll just be sharing probably like 2 big pizzas. As grumpy as Willow seems, they are still offering to shout lunch.
You think Damon
Well, they're
and
not
Luca
grumpy,
won't
they're
eat a
just
whole
quiet.
pizza on their own?
I know.
Yeah.
That's
Damon
yeah, but
offers to
Willow's-
split the bill.
It's alright, you're a visitor, so
Hey, I know how much I eat. When I eat you at a house and home.
Yeah, and we'll shuffle in as you're getting seated.
Hmm.
Casually
I think
Hey.
into their seat.
And here's Little White.
That's me.
Busy at the post office?
Always is.
Yeah, you took a while.
Took the long way around. Scenic route.
Yeah, plenty of scenery to see around here.
I'll go get
So-
drinks. Willow's going to go get drinks.
Okay.
The classic Willow deke out.
So, entering the competition, eh?
Money.
He nods.
How about you?
I'm looking to make a few friends, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does the great Erdantego Dragon Slayer need friends for?
Well, wouldn't you know it? It's kind of hard to slay dragons alone.
Even for you?
Oh, especially for me.
Huh. Well, I've never fought a dragon. I'm pretty sure it would eat me in one bite, so...
Oh, you're not too wrong about that. You'd barely be an appetizer.
Yeah, I'm a good judge of
Me,
character.
I'd be, maybe a side salad, but, you know, depends on the size of the dragon.
So, you're
Not
looking
a
to
lot
give
of
the
them
thing a
around
buffet.
these days.
Yeah, I should hope not. I would assume they're, mostly where they belong.
Yeah.
You fighting one in Stormreach?
Oh, no, hell no. No such thing. I'm just on a little world tour. Figured I could use some helping hands. Take a gander of the big old continent of the 5 nations now that the war is over.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah.
I'm standing
you
at the
back?
bar nearby. My ears are facing you guys, and I feel like the bartender's been talking, like waiting for Willow to take their drinks. If there is a bartender, it's probably a service place. I don't even know what Willow's doing. Getting table water, I guess.
I'll insight check him
Far
too,
out.
since I'm doing 20
Yeah.
questions with the man.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm just eavesdropping on your conversation. Thanks.
Nope.
He is so fucking hard to read, but he's not. Yeah, he's just hard to read.
I'm going to return.
Oh. Pause.
Oop.
Both Sarah
Oh.
and Mim are roboting. Your connections.
Hey,
Australia.
on red.
Give it a minute.
Jeez.
Beep boop. Cognac came early.
Oh no.
Save this for later. Whoop. Still beep booping.
God damn it.
Australian
We need to
internet.
change the channel server. I'm gonna try moving it to Sydney, see if that'll help.
Sure.
Hello.
Hello.
There we go. That sounds better.
We back?
Yeah.
Is it all
Yeah.
for all of us?
It sounds.
Zeke's cutting out for me, but
No. God fucking damn it.
well, as long as it's clear for Rom and the stream.
Yeah, I think that might have just been Zeke not talking loud enough.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Move my microphone a little bit closer.
Yeah, get your
Great,
demon
now you're
voice
in the
all up
back
in
of my
my
head.
ears.
Yeah, but yeah,
Nice.
no, you're not robots anymore, so I think that works.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Okay, no,
patience.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Willow's going to
Yeah.
arrive back with drinks. Do you
Yeah.
think? Sorry, this is pedantic for no reason. Do you think it's like a help yourself beverage situation, or did Willow just go and get table water?
I feel like there's a bar
Okay, bar.
that
Right.
you can
Well,
also. It's like one of those like you can sit down and order, or you can go to the counter and order.
right. Well, I think Willow's come back with like 2 jugs of drink and glasses, and it's a very clumsy kind of hold,
Uh huh.
but they quickly like onto the table,
Uh huh.
and mention that they ordered the pizza, and then sit down.
All right.
You could probably move your mic a little bit back, Zeke. I think it's a bit close.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I'm just looking to travel the world, see the sights.
Fight some dragons if you're lucky. Or unlucky.
Maybe. Luck doesn't factor into it when it comes to dragons.
I don't know if you're in the right place at the right time. Or the wrong place, depending on your perspective.
Depending if you're looking for the things or not.
Mm.
This is just a
You find
circumstantial.
a dragon, it's because there's a dragon that wanted to be found.
And you speak from experience.
Dragons want to find you. Should be watching out.
Oh, I don't think there's any that want to follow me all the way out here, but
Is that your stage name? Like the Dragon Slayer?
oh yeah. That's my stage name.
Really? I got it?
Yeah.
Willow has been looking vaguely like, not involved, not very like just idling. But Luca, with that giggle, Willow gives you such a face. Like, come on.
Luca's allowed to be happy if he gets a question
Yes,
right.
you can be churlish and giddy. You can, I suppose.
Churlish is such a good word for Luca.
Yeah.
So you're not looking for friends specifically to fight a dragon.
But hey, what happens happens.
If they're around you, it's inevitable,
Mostly-
huh?
More or less, I guess. Not just wearing this title for nothing. But I wanted to brag, I'd do something a little more humble, you know? Something that people could believe.
That's fair.
And hey, I figure I've got the look. He kind of like pops his coat collar and puffs his chest out a little bit.
This is a very fancy coat. Is it made from dragons? It looks like scales. Can I touch his like coat arm?
Yeah. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
It's like a smooth, thick leather. I would describe it as like similar to crocodile skin if you've ever
Oh yeah.
that
Where else?
kind of leather.
It's our school uniforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Wow.
Yeah. It's dragon skin, all right, but only a little baby one.
Baby
Well, not
Ray.
baby, but like young, not full grown.
Is this one you slayed, or are you just buying clothes to look cool?
I'm
Of
not
course,
sure
I
you
got
can.
this myself.
Not sure you can just go and buy a dragon skin coat, Luca.
You pretty damn well can't. That's the kind of shit you only find in legendary tombs.
Can I do an insight check on his pendant?
Sure.
Since he puffed his chest, Willow's just like looks at it.
It's very pretty. Looks like it's made out of real golden ruby.
Mhm.
Luca's like, how can I be this guy's Discord kitten?
God, shut up. Okay. Okay.
You donate to my Ko-fi. Me.
Yes, please donate to our DM.
Please donate to our DM.
Donate to me and I will record. I will record.
Perfect. Okay.
Lines. I don't guess. Food arrives. Cat chows down. Speaking of fighting monsters, she says, between like mouthfuls of like hot pizza. When was that bounty supposed to go up again?
Like a week.
A week?
Week. It's been like 2 days, 3 days, 2 days. Guess we can check back in another 5.
I guess we should decide before then if we're going to take it.
Oh,
You like fighting harpies, Damon?
Luca sits up like he hadn't considered that.
thinks about it. You know, I don't think I've ever fought any before.
How about fighting some smart ones?
Now you have my interest.
Mm-hmm.
What's
and
this
like
about?
leaning on their hand on their chin. Well, not too long ago, and kind of gestures at Cat. This poor lady had half her crew eaten by harpies.
Yeah, Kat like immediately launches into telling the story to Damon, who is like a very good listener, like nods and gasps in the appropriate places. So you've set up a bounty for it, huh? Well, hey, if it's not taken before that fight, or rather, if it's not taken after that fight, sure. Invite me along.
Willow is finally going to say something. Our only issue is that we have no way to get there.
Oh yeah?
Need a boat.
Well. Hey. He claps Luca on the shoulder. If this guy wins the tournament, maybe you could spend some of that winning money getting yourself one.
It'd be an investment.
No. First he might have to fight you, huh?
Maybe. We'll see how the matches line up.
So are you any good? Fighting dragons is kind of different to fighting people, is all.
That's true.
I imagine.
Oh. You'll just have to wait and see, won't you?
Well, if we don't get to fight each other in the tournament, I'll be a little disappointed.
You know, I think it's the same here.
Okay, now I'm gonna make. Shut up! I'm gonna make a check. I'm going to try and perceive this man, see what I can figure out about him. If there's anything I can figure out that Willow didn't already.
Insight check.
Insight or perception?
This would be insight, I believe.
Silly boy. Damn it. Take the 12.
They
Johnny
are
was
technically
solid.
the same roll.
Yeah.
They are technically the same roll, so I will let this ride for
Yes!
once.
Oh wow.
Look his little brain.
Shit.
Focus now. He's got clarity.
Damon seems on the level as far as you can tell. He seems to be genuinely friendly. He doesn't seem to be, like, openly lying about anything. Mostly he just seems like a friendly guy who's, like, literally looking to meet a few friends.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Willow might talk now. So, are you primarily using your sword then in the competition?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a big
Willow.
sword.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. Can I touch it?
Old family heirloom.
Oh, no. Don't worry then. Is this the one that slayed the dragon?
Something like that.
Oh, mysterious.
Can't give away all my tricks of the trade.
Well, I mean, it's not like you're planning on... Well, I suppose we're going to fight. I was going to say you weren't going to slay me, but I suppose you already have.
That's all it takes to slay you, kid. You'd better train up hard for that fight.
I should, huh?
Competition's looking pretty stiff.
Very stiff.
And is staring off into nothing and takes a sip of their drink. And just gets like
Willow's not even eating.
a soul leaving their body kind of expression for a brief second as they sip their drink.
I imagine Kat's like over her food. Oh, sorry, carry on, Zeke.
You continue.
Oh, me? No, I just imagine
Yes.
like the difference in N leaving their body with like the drink in their hand and Willow just like hands down like they're not even at a restaurant, not even eating. Took one bite of their pizza and they're just like, meh.
This is only a
And then
brief,
Kat
like,
just like,
it's like a brief little stutter and ends otherwise very practiced. I'm at a restaurant. I am eating and making conversation that they have had so far. That moment just kind of briefly broke them, and then they're gonna snap back into it.
Actually, I think that moment specifically, the pizza drops from Willow's hands to their plate. Like, okay, now I can't eat. Whatever. Just
Cat's like, can you guys get a room? And Damon just like laughs.
Oh, they're gonna have a whole arena at some point.
Hopefully.
Yeah. The conversation switches to like more neutral topics like the food itself.
Yes.
And then Damon briefly excuses himself from the table and yeah.
Willow like leans forward like they finally just breathed for the first time.
And looks at Willow. Exhales a bit too, and takes another sip of their drink.
He's fun.
You just seem to like him. Wonder if we can convince him to take the job for the fun of it. The harpy job. And we have his sword, and better chance of survival and
Money.
most of the money. He seems like the type that could go for it. And hey, maybe if we're lucky, I can trick him into thinking he lost the bird at sea. Then takes another
Luca,
sip of their drink.
Tips his head slightly.
I'll just ask him.
Why?
And if that doesn't work,
Cat's like, are you sure you haven't been talking much this entire time? What's going on?
I'll ask him when we're not at lunch.
Yeah, you've been quiet. Is everything all right?
Looks at Luca.
do you want me to tell him?
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's fine. It's just I want the bird back.
Oh. Why?
Is anybody gonna explain this to me?
I would like an explanation too. I'm a little bit confused.
You
Okay,
want-
the bird. I can speak.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
If you're gonna tell the story, I won't tell the story.
Well, okay. I had a recording of something sensitive, and I
Not of Willow's. Of someone else.
You do it. You can talk. You can say it. Actually, no, I'll say it. I tinkered with a little bird and I made it sing a song and then I sold it and then it was purchased. And I would like it back. That's the story.
Okay.
And he has it. Did I say that part already?
You could just
Yeah.
ask him.
I am going to ask him, just not now.
Not out the gate. I'm
Hmm.
hearing that bird.
Bird is laughing at us.
That's Willow's poor brain.
Wait, quickly, that bird might be an indication. Did you want to try and switch the server back? Because Zeke's voice has been a bit crispy since we switched.
Yeah. I'll try and switch it again.
Okay.
I do it to South Africa. How's it now?
Oh, wait, are we off?
Oh, we're on the
back?
red.
Uh-oh. God damn
I
it.
am orange. L'orange. I'm a robot.
No, you're not a robot.
Um,
Oh, good.
I'm gonna... Sarah is a bit crunchy.
Crunch.
Hello, ladies
Alright.
and gentlemen.
Okay, it seems to fix now.
Yeah, it seems
Is
alright.
this
Yeah,
fine?
My name is
We can-
Luca.
I'm in the
Rum, you want to talk to?
yellow, but it seems fine on my end. So
I'm also
I
in
think
yellow.
a stable yellow is better than an ugly sounding green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
there we go. All right, let's
Okay,
give it a go.
cool.
All right.
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
Thank you for bearing with us, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll ask him when I get outside.
Could always wrestle
Oh.
him for it.
Why would I wrestle him for it? He's a dragon slayer.
But you're not a dragon. You're a puppy.
You get how that's worse, right? Like I'm pretty sure.
Just like
Pretty sure he could snap Willow over his leg.
shoves slice of pizza in her mouth. Chewing with eyes wide.
Hmm.
Seems
I need to
nice.
tell Malachi. Is Malachi giving my name out to people?
You don't want that?
Oh no, I just didn't. I was just unaware.
Oh, he seems like a bit
I
of a
would've-
smooth talker, Damon. I'm sure it's not something Malachi just does. But it might have come out in conversation.
Just imagine, like a hard cut to Malachi being like, "Ah, that's from Jenkins, Willow Jenkins," like over in the corner, like to everyone.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a spruiking point that it's a unique artisanal handcrafted one of a kind. If you
Should've-
want to go
what was
kill
Luca
Malachi
saying?
yourself,
Yeah, I will.
wring his scrawny little neck.
I just didn't think of it. Like Willow's just sitting. Like, I just didn't think he would say it by name. You give stuff to a pawn shop, you don't necessarily expect people to spruik it with your name on it. Willow was
But
never
it's a
giving
very-
the stuff thinking that they were being spruiked. Willow's not saying this
It's a
out
very-
loud too. They're just like,
Cool name.
"Thank you."
It could be a rare occasion if seems unusual. It's the usual behavior. Anyway, he knows
Malachi
it,
folds
so
like a letter. He does.
we just have to work from there. He knows it's.
Where is he right now? I'm just.
He excused himself to go to the bathroom, but if you want to have a look around if he's back yet,
Yeah. Is he?
make a perception check.
Oh.
He's behind you.
Just climb out the window.
Damon is currently paying for all of your food.
Mother.
Oh! Willow's going to stand.
Willow.
Ah! Plops back into their seat like this is not their day.
I like a free meal. Plus, he's rich. Like,
Probably has more money than us.
Willow's
Can I, like-
pouting in
Recurrence?
the principal way.
Yeah.
Can I like check on Willow? See what their vibe is?
Yeah, might be a good idea at this point.
Yeah. Inside?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Tell him what's up. You're not hiding it very well.
Yeah.
They know you.
Okay. Well, Oh my god. Well, Willow is obviously awkward about. It's very awkward. This is an awkward situation that they were not prepared for.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Why is it awkward?
Well, because Damon has the Varys voice, which Willow is already overclocking about.
Is that the only
Um,
reason it's awkward?
How much do I have to reveal here? Zeke.
Well, that's an answer in itself, isn't it?
It wasn't
Yes,
a
it is.
natural 20, so anything that wouldn't be like... It
Known
would
to
only
all?
be based off of what they already know of Willow themselves.
Okay. Well, yeah, Willow just seems kind of annoyed. And, like, you can also gauge from the fact that Willow's, like, annoyed that he paid, that Willow's just kind of overclocking at the moment. Like, they are thinking of 800 different things at once, and that's why they're, like, not talking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the impression you get from them.
Okay.
But yeah, for the most part, they're just like, hey, I was expecting to find this guy on my terms and prepared for it, but since I'm not, I am now here failing to adapt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Willow is
Yeah,
acting like
and-
they've been dropped in the deep end and they're
Yeah.
Yeah.
still trying to figure
Yeah.
out how their limbs work.
Yeah, and you should probably know by now too that Willow doesn't have conversations with a group that they could probably have on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did you want to peel off?
We
No.
need to go and prepare. We're gonna see him again at the tournament.
yeah, no, I'll just ask him on the way out. I'll just do it now before I forget. Sorry, not before I
Damon,
forget.
roll
Before I.
action.
Nah.
Hey, not miss anything interesting?
Well, some very... And what's a word that means conniving? I guess I could say conniving. A conniving stranger went and paid for our meal.
Oh, was I not supposed to do that?
Just
Well,
Thank you.
sneaky.
thank you. Yeah,
We
that was
appreciate
so
it.
nice of you.
Figured it was better than everybody fighting over who picks up the tab. Especially since I ordered myself a second round.
Well,
it helps
giving that look
finish
like
it.
I wouldn't have been fighting. I just would have done it. This guy's cramping my style.
Yep.
Like
Damon gets
glancing
his
between
second
Willow
pizza.
and Damon.
Willow's looking back at you like, don't make it obvious.
Hey, okay. I'll take a slice of Damon's pizza.
He slaps your hand before you can take it.
Hey!
Sorry,
I thought
kid.
you were paying for us.
Yeah, paid for you.
Well,
This is mine.
didn't even offer. Here I was thinking you were a gentleman.
Oh no. I'm hardly gentle.
Well, you're proving that quite well, aren't you? I am a very
on, kid,
delicate
save a
man, and you're
little
treating
bit.
me roughly.
I don't think you're that delicate. He like taps like basically the like base of his glass against your porcelain arm.
Well, you'll just have to wait and see, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Son of a bitch, I'm gonna go and order a pizza.
Oh, with what money?
The hungry boy money. That's what.
It's not that expensive. It's like a silver.
Okay,
Fine.
Luca's getting another pizza. It's a principal thing now.
God.
You make a constitution check
Oh god.
to see if you can eat 2 pizzas
God damn it.
Oh my gosh.
by yourself.
Oh!
You
Oh, no.
manage a quarter of it, and then you have to ask for a bag to take it home in.
And we'll have another
I'm
slice.
saving this for my grandmother.
And we'll
I'm
swipe
being
another
polite. I'm taking
slice
some home.
when no one is
Vanilla.
looking, so it seems like Luca ate more pizza than he did.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Can Cat also help herself? Willow's gonna nod at Cat,
Yeah.
like, just eat it.
Yeah. Luca will let other people take it.
Yeah.
Like, he'll
Sure.
slide it onto their side of the table away from David.
Oh.
Playfully,
That's fair.
obviously. But...
Yeah. Cat will also help herself to another 2 slices.
Fantastic.
So you're left with only a quarter pizza instead of, like, 3/4 of a pizza.
I'm sure Sika Elsa will appreciate this.
Should we head out?
You finish up your lunch after pleasant conversation.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention, or...
I just want to try and catch him on the way out. I don't think I want to say anything in front of everyone.
Okay. Which case,
And
the
then
Damon says...
I will, like, scurry back with Cat.
Yeah, I'll make sure Luca keeps walking with me and let Willow have like a little bubble.
Okay. In which case, Damon says, well, thanks for the meal. Guess I'll see you guys on the 5th.
Yep, see ya.
He gives a little 2-finger salute and moseys
Luca
out the door.
waves with, like, that girlish little twiddle of the finger wave.
Yeah. Of course you do.
Oh, so I have to, like, chase him.
I
imagine
imagine
we, like,
you're
laid
all
out
leaving
together.
anyway, but
Yeah.
it's
We're all
like...
leaving
yeah.
the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah,
you just
he
like
was
we
just
just
like
going
heading
separate
down the
ways.
other...
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
I'll
linger.
pretend I'm walking the same way as him then.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Willow's going to, like, sort of, mosey up beside him, and... Were you looking for a local for a particular reason?
Oh, I just want people who know the lay of the land.
Is there a dragon here?
No.
Right. Okay.
No dragons
Where
in
is the
residence in
dragon?
Regalport. Take a wild guess.
I feel like Willow would know. Can I do a wild guess history check or intelligence check? What do I check?
Yeah, intelligence check will do. Or Arcana.
Oops, I already clicked intelligence. Laughs. Wild guess. I will take a wild guess.
Yeah.
Zalago.
Sorry, nope. Got 2 more tries before you strike out.
I didn't know it was 3 for 3. Doesn't matter. That's not why I'm here anyway.
Right, it's about that bird I got of yours.
Willow went from basically neutral expression to like shit-faced smile at him, like, okay, you caught on. I was wondering, if you have no particular pressing need for that, could I have it back, please?
Why do you need it back?
I didn't mean to sell it. I can pay you the money for it.
I'm not interested in money. This thing is pretty fun. He sort of like has stopped walking and is like turned to face you and has the bird in his hand and he's like sort of tossing it lightly.
I could make a different one.
Tell me why you want it back.
In brackets. Fuck! Out of brackets. Okay. It's personal.
Understandable. How about we do a little bet on it?
Willow like openly rolls their eyes. What do you have in mind, Dragon Slayer?
Well, let me think about it for a bit. Sure something will come to mind.
Is there any particular reason why you just can't give it back to me as an act of kindness?
Would you believe me if I said yes?
I would.
Well then. Yeah, there's a reason I can't give it back right now.
Fine. When you think of a bet, we'll do that. Otherwise, I'll just steal your bag.
I'd like to see you try.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you, Mr. Damon.
Nice to meet you too, Willow Jenkins. He gives you a little,
Thanks.
polite salute and then walks off.
Yeah, Willow does the full body bristle up to their ears and then walks off as well. Power walks off. They knew that he was going to do that. This is why they waited to get him alone. Like, they knew that he wasn't going to make it easy. Fine. Willow just grumpily walks all the way back to the ferry. Power walks back to the ferry.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm already here. Is there a sword store around? He's pissed me off.
Yes. Yeah, you can go buy a rapier for 25 gold.
Yeah, Willow is going to power walk past the sword store. In the corner of their eye, they're going to see swords and be like, yeah, I want a sword. And they're going to go in and impulse angry purchase a sword. So a 24 gold rapier.
25.
25? Sorry.
Right.
Trying
Yes.
to give myself a discount.
Mm-hmm. You buy a rapier, you shove it immediately into your pockets.
Like a sword swallower.
Yeah.
Man. They shove that sword in there like they have stabbed it right into Damon's head.
Yeah.
Into his cocky little smile.
He's so annoying.
With that, you head back to the ferry. You catch up with your other friends. Cat's like, you okay?
Fine. He didn't give it back. Of course he didn't.
What? Why? He seems so nice.
Because because.
He seems like he likes to play games.
Sorry.
Yeah, Luca
Yes.
kind of flinched at that.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm glad that you're in higher spirits about the fight, and so is he apparently. So
Cat just grabs Willow by the shoulders and gives them a little shoulder rub to unclench.
is Luca okay? Willow feels bad now that they mocked his churlishness.
I don't know, is he okay?
I don't know. Is he okay? Just tell me.
Why don't you check on him?
Check you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Is Luca okay?
Sarah, is Luca okay?
Damn it. No, he's confused and annoyed at that.
Oh. Okay.
Willow did apologize pretty abruptly after snapping at him.
Yeah, but it's the wind is gone from the sails and now he's like, oh, great.
God. Okay. Great.
Man, that guy
Willow.
really pissed you off, huh? Cat says about Damon as you're heading to the ferry.
Guess so.
Pretty bent out of shape.
Yeah, it's fine. Sorry for the Willow just gestures at themselves.
Luca's probably walking like ahead of you with N. So
Yeah.
That's alright. He seems like he could get on someone's nerves. But yeah, N is walking beside Luca. So you're gonna have to dress up. N is saying to Luca.
Luca doesn't realize they're talking to him.
And elbows Luca's arm.
Oh, yes? Me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I am. That's a fact,
You don't-
So,
Luca.
You don't think-
Cat, like, pipes up. Did you pick a name? Do you have a name?
Yeah, you had to put one down on the paper, didn't you?
I did. I was just thinking. I don't know why. I felt like. Well, I named myself after a flower. The
Ooh.
Scarlet Prince.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Suits
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
You
nice.
gonna get a red cape and everything?
you. Oh,
Hold a
yeah.
rose between your teeth?
You're gonna have to look the
That
part.
sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I guess. I
Uh-huh.
was just gonna wear what I'm wearing now, but
No. You gotta dress up. You gotta look the part.
I
That's
guess.
half the fun. Dressing up, it just
I suppose.
makes you feel like a different person.
I suppose you
Yeah,
know all
come
about
on.
that.
And shrugs his shoulders like, yeah, I mean, I'm a changeling.
I guess.
I would say too, Willow, like, instead of saying that's nice before, Willow would have just laughed, I think, at the name. Not like, haha, laugh, just like a Scarlet Prince, okay. Hasn't elaborated.
I'm not gonna even bother responding to that.
Cool.
But yeah.
So I guess that's what we'll have to do over the next, what, 9 days?
It's the 24th today, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
So we're just gonna have to get you dressed up and do some training to make sure you're ship shape. Sounds like we have a lot of work ahead of us.
And hopefully a reward for that work.
I mean, you almost bested the Titan in an audition, Luca. I think your chances are pretty good.
Yeah,
This
the
isn't-
way she hit you and you barely even flinched? Come on!
Incredible.
You're like
That
a fucking
doesn't-
brick wall, dude.
Thank you. Thank you. So
a
are
little
you going
worried
to...
about that Dragon Slayer guy, though, huh?
Hmm. He
No.
seems like he'd be interesting to fight.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully he's full of shit.
Hopefully I
Maybe
can
he's
take
just-
him down in one punch.
Now that I'd like to
Obviously.
see.
Maybe he's
If you
just
trip
rich
that
and
guy,
he...
I'm pretty sure he'd get a concussion from how high up he is.
Maybe he's not used to fighting things so small. Just sweep the leg and you've got him.
Yeah.
That's rich coming from you, and
Well, I know how to fight bigger opponents.
you'll have to teach me some tricks then.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely be doing that over these next few days.
Hey, that sounds fun.
Are you gonna come and cheer me on, Cat?
Oh, of course. I'll bet money on you.
Nice. That makes
Oh!
2 of us.
And then I have to win. Can't let you guys down.
Hell yeah.
Are you
Even
coming?
if you don't make it to the final round, spit the bet with you.
Yeah,
That's how
absolutely.
things are done here.
Actually, sweet.
Are you coming, Willow?
Yeah. Of course.
Can I insight check Willow?
Yeah, you may.
Oh,
Willow, DM roll to me.
What am I rolling? Oh, fuck.
Deception. Disgrace. Evil is plain as the glasses on their face.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Okay. Willow, what does N see?
Well, they are going.
They are going, but they have.
Yeah.
There's a layer of something else.
And also,
Under there.
Willow does seem a bit like quiet in a different way again. But yeah. But they're not lying. That's for sure. So, they're not telling the whole truth though.
Yeah. Which is a thing you've come to expect in a way from Willow of like, there's more going on here than is necessarily said.
Yeah. Okay, well, and it's just gonna note that, pocket that for later, and go back to discussing outfit ideas with Luca.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think
do you want to
Cat
sketch
is
some on the way back?
Yeah. I'll sit with Luca and bring out my sketchbook and start doing
Cat is
watercolors,
also like an
weird.
enthusiastic participant in the design process, even if she isn't like particularly good at it.
No.
I'll give Kat some paper. Because I imagine Anne has some
she's
loose
mostly
papers.
just like inputting ideas
Nice.
rather than like
Cool.
actually drawing anything and
Cool.
being like, or and that sort of thing, and like puffing up Luca's ego a little bit. Of like,
Willow's going.
you could do a cool flourish, or
like
blow
think of the
kiss to the
cape.
crowd, that sort of
Think of the
thing.
cape you have, but more.
I think Willow's going to lean over after like a long time of silence and then suggest, like with their own pen, like they're not drawing on it, but they've just traced an outline of like, why didn't you have that part open? Over Luca's chest.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty distracting.
If you got it, flaunt it.
Ooh, he's
I think
got
he
it all
will.
right.
That's an honor coming from you, Cat.
Shrugs. Stretches her arms overhead. Well, be proud of what you got. I know I am.
Willow's eyes just drop, look up again. Drop. Nice. Back at the book.
And you head home on the ferry. Split your separate ways. Seeker Elsa is surprised at the offer of leftover pizza, but pleasantly so. It looks like a few more people have left today, and most of the patients will be leaving over the next week. So the poppy will start clearing out over the next week of downtime. And we're gonna quickly montage mode, I think.
Yeah.
Before we go to our break.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if you want to like input any like cutaway scenes to like conversations or anything, just stop me. Otherwise, I'm just gonna run us through the next few days pretty quick.
Okay.
So, Anne and Luca, I imagine you spend a few like your sort of downtime between helping around the poppy with like discussing costume options and refining it.
Yeah, and seems very enthusiastic about this, and probably helps if there's any sewing involved. Probably helps with that.
Oh.
They seem to know their way around a needle and thread.
Yeah. What else? You like have to get a few supplies. I believe costume clothes are like 5 gold, and like some simple makeup is probably like let's say 6 silver.
All right.
Oh my god.
I'll cover that. So
Yeah, ends your manager, remember? They're buying you the supplies
yes.
for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, whatever they spend on me, they make back double by betting on
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
And hey, you can always wear the clothes after the fight.
Yeah.
That's true. If I ever just want to feel pretty.
Yeah. By the way, Luca, are you switching over to your armor of gleaming, your breastplate, or are you still with your chain shirt?
Which one has
'Cause I
higher
think-
AC?
The breastplate.
Yeah, then I will wear that for the tournament.
Yes. So I will unequip this and equip.
I'm such a smart DM. Thank you.
Yeah, hold on. I need to do some
kind.
little bit of.
God, we managed to bumble our way into like so many random issues with each other.
Yeah.
Friendship.
You gotta feel out the sore spots. That's part of the whole deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta learn
Yeah.
how to be friends with each other. That's just how that's how
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Willow's like, sorry. Can I suggest a titty window in these trying hours?
You know just what to say, Willow Chickens. The mortifying ordeal of being friends.
Right.
That's the
I will
tagline of
also
Metanoia Blues.
say-
Anyway.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I think Willow's going to be strangely MIA. But they're just busy, and one day they're probably going to ask Kat to drop by, because they're busy with work, they say.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah.
they're back at their boat,
Like
and they'll
doesn't
ask, like,
stay. Cat like wanders around in between the week. Like she usually comes back to sleep, or like she hangs out with you frequently, but she does also like leave and go do her own thing. She doesn't stick around you the entire time.
yeah.
Because she knows that, like,
so-
she's going to be here for a while. She doesn't want to wear out her welcome so fast. And, like,
No.
she has an independent streak of her own.
Yeah, she wants to go explore Sleepy Little Town.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Kat will show up one day with, like, not just instruction from Willow and probably, like, food. Like, Willow's shouted dinner again. But also, like, something for Luca. I can't really think of what. Something to kind of, maybe like a face cream or something? Something they would have found at, like, a hair oil? A hair oil. Do you want a hair
Yeah.
oil?
Treatment. What are you bribing me with?
No.
Okay.
Willow's just giving you, Willow just probably gives to Kat, or tells Kat, give Luca this for just to get him prepared, because Willow's not really helping you get prepared for the tournament. So it's like, hey, well, have some shiny hair.
Yeah.
Have some nourished hair.
Yeah.
And
In
a
which
kind of
case,
good
Cat
luck
shows
message.
up at, like, around late morning, like, hey-o! I bring food and a gift for Mr. Prince.
Ah, a gift for the
And-
Scarlet Prince. I'll make
Oh,
sure it
me.
gets to him. And says, like, sauntering forward, like a true manager,
Yeah.
to accept the gift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. Luca's agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat drops this little, like, tub of leave-in conditioner. Willow got this for you. They're busy today, so I am making myself scarce.
Nah,
It's pretty noisy down there.
I
what are
can
they-
imagine.
What are they building? Another boat?
Another
know.
boat. They haven't even finished the first one.
Nah, start early. Finish them both at the same time.
Cat shrugs.
Ah. Well, you're
Good to
obviously
keep out
welcome
of
to stay
the
for
way.
lunch.
Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. I bought it. Oh,
No, this is mine now. He like picks it up out of her hands.
Wow. Cheeky.
This is an offering for the prince, is it not?
That was the hair stuff. Come on.
Gotta be really
I
specific.
will share my offerings
The benevolence of the
with my
prince
loyal subjects.
smiles upon you,
Yeah.
Cat.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're certainly getting the ego of a celebrity fighter.
I'm just playing a part.
All right. She like gently punches you in your meaty shoulder, like
Yeah.
affectionately. Just like hangs out, folks.
I don't know
feel
if it
like
changes anything. Oh, Carrie.
Yeah, I feel like during this day where like Kat is like basically not around Willow, that the conversation would eventually swing to Kat and Willow's friendship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do either of you have questions to ask Kat about that?
Oh. Oh. Well, I would just like to confirm that you and Willow are close. And I give Kat a look.
Yeah, we sleep with each other, but it's just casual.
Uh-huh. Luca's assessing that.
Would you like to give an insight check?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Where's my little bitty? My extra little bitty.
Kat seems entirely honest about it. In fact, she like has not spent as nearly as much time with Willow as you guys have, by comparison. She talks about like running into Willow like maybe for a week, a couple times a year, when they both have shore leave. They haven't really ever sent letters to each other or anything like that. It's just sort of a like, hey, I'm in town, you're in town, let's hang out. So this
And the
is the
hanging out
longest.
is in bed, pretty much.
They
Some
also
of
hang
it,
out
yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah, they eat a lot of street food together.
Oh. So that's
Just
a
like,
common thread
look
for
at-
Willow's friendships.
Yeah. Hey, look, food is a love language.
Food is life.
The
Food
love
is
language,
life.
honestly.
Yeah,
Apparently. Between us.
yeah. But yeah,
So does that mean you don't know much about Willow other than what you learn about someone when you eat and or eat?
pretty much, yeah. You know, it's funny, I've never even seen them without their glasses, apart from when they're sleeping.
Neither have we. Really?
Yeah, they do like those things.
Figure they've got pretty sensitive eyes, so I don't bother them.
Yeah. We all have our quirks.
Tell me about it. Have you had the
Kind of.
Willow boat ramble yet?
No, but we had the pirate ramble. Actually, we had a boat ramble, a mini boat ramble when we first met, but we had a pirate one about the history of
Lazar specifically.
Lazar. Yes.
Yeah,
I think it was like
she's a real nerd.
3 hours. Yeah.
It's cute.
It
It
is.
is. It's very cute.
Jeez. They're certainly very knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
That makes one of us.
Yeah.
Hey, don't count me
Hey.
out.
Okay, 2 of us.
I have to
Kat
have
and I
some
who
brains
just
if I'm
look
going to be your
pretty.
manager.
Yeah. Look at little Mick's business over here.
And
You're gonna start
shrugs.
selling merchandise and making appointments for interviews?
I mean,
You think?
Willow already suggested I saw illustrations of Luca.
Oh yeah, that'd be real popular. If you like men, of course.
I'm not above drawing Luca for profit.
Hey, if it makes us money, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, with your permission, of course.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Why are you laughing? I'm so confused.
just funny. Keep going, keep going.
Yeah. So you have a pleasant afternoon with Kat in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Few days pass. Do you guys head back into Regalport to see what the bounty situation is before the fight?
Yeah. You said we'd have to,
Okay.
it'd be posted before the fight went up properly.
Yes.
I mean, it'd be posted properly before the fight begins.
Yes.
Does Willow want
Yeah.
to come for that, or is Willow going to keep their nose down?
In their work.
Willow might need to go to
Um,
Regalport for, like,
Supplies?
building materials.
Supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could pop in and be like, hey, Willow, do you want to go to Regalport? And they'll be like, yes, actually, I need to go to Regalport. What for, Willow?
Work.
Thank you for covering this conversation for me. And essentially, I imagine when you guys walk in, Willow does like a very obvious but not obvious.
Slides everything on the table into their pocket.
Basically, like you come in and like a patch of their table is just blank, and
Yeah.
Well, that's
and they're like doing that
rapidly
casual,
cleared.
not casual lean. Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
do
Casual,
another
not casual
insight
back lean
check?
on the workshop table?
Sure.
Yeah, you know what? Me too.
No, Sarah. Yes, Sarah.
Oh.
Willow's working on some secret project. Maybe it's a gift.
Oh, maybe they're gonna surprise me with something on the fight day.
Oh. Well, yeah, maybe.
You see, Luca's got like big eyes and he looks excited all of a sudden, but he's not saying
Aw.
anything because he's a gentleman. Unlike Dantego, motherfucker.
And it's just like filtering through all the different projects they know that Willow has. It's like, I cannot place what that could possibly be. That is now missing from this table.
It's like, well,
Sure is missing.
okay. Yeah. So you all gather up. Kat, I think, does not go to Regalport today. She is hanging out with the. Actually, no, she would go if you're going to check out the bounty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she wants to see how
You
many
head on
gold she's
over.
up for.
Yeah. Yeah. She heads on over with you all, and you swing by the Hall of the Port Authority to have a quick look at what has updated. There are a few more new flyers. Most of them are generic, like looking for guards and stuff like that. The hiring poster for the Deneath Guild is still there. Captain Yarrick seems up to his elbows in paperwork as usual.
Poor
You
guy.
should really hire a secretary, but there is none.
Maybe I could be the sexy secretary.
Yeah, this arena fighting
I
thing
hope
doesn't
he says
work
this
out.
loud.
Anyway, you mosey on over to the job board and look for your thing. It has been posted up officially. You skim over it like wanted adventurers to slay Harpy Nest with the details, and at the bottom of the thing, in big bold letters, it says 1,500 gold reward.
Luca snaps that off the fucking wall.
I just tried to write 1,500 in all caps, so I was holding down shift, so it came out like exclamation mark, percent sign, bracket.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the noise N's brain makes.
That's what your brain just did.
Yeah. So,
Cat is like,
Oh my gosh.
am I seeing things?
so we're
That's 4 numbers.
That's 4 digits.
So
we're
we're taking this,
Imagine-
right?
I mean, you seem pretty set on it, so
I'll take it alone if I need to.
no, you're not doing that, Luca.
Yeah, if you find a way to get it, I'll come with you. I don't know how much. I'll probably stay on the boat and just shoot arrows at you, but I'll back you up. Fuck.
You could be like our shipmate.
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
I
yeah.
could.
Have a
navigator,
lasso
I'll
ready.
point you.
just in case.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
no. Wasn't one of the like we have to bring back the harpy's wings?
I don't
It's
remember.
just like
this.
evidence of the kill.
I can't tell if this is just.
Yeah.
This is Luca just like
could get the
tearing off
collector.
his kills or tearing things off his kills.
While you
or what.
guys are prattling, Willow's going to go sign you up. Silently,
like-
Willow walks away while you guys are still like enthusiastically talking and just gets the clipboard and starts writing down names.
That. Do we want to put our real names?
Yeah, Willow's probably going to pause. Imagine Willow puts down Luca and then Cat. And then probably like starts on N.
Yeah. And might like take the board out of Willow's hands at that point. Erases
Well, actually,
the
I think
E.
Willow would come back at that stage. No, sorry. Willow will come back at that stage and be like, so what names are you using?
Just use my name, I suppose.
Luca's not surprised to see Willow back just signing them up.
Oh my god. Yeah, what?
Clicks.
I'm assuming we're going.
Yes.
I-
Crap. That's a load of gold. You could fix your
Ooh.
entire boat and then a second boat.
Yeah, the second boat you're working on. Wait, you weren't there for that conversation. You're
Yeah.
coming, Willow?
Yeah, you're coming, Willow?
You're going to need all the help you can get. So
I think I can do okay on my own.
And punches
think it's better to
Luca
have a
in the
crew.
arm, and then comes over to take
Alright.
the board, the clipboard, to have a look at.
I'm not so stupid I don't deny help when I know I could use it. So. And you're a sailor,
you're not
right?
stupid. I do know my way around the oceans, yes.
Yeah, so I don't, so you and Kat?
Precisely why.
Hmm.
We need a
Sign
sailor.
up for this job, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'll stay on permanently, so I guess make a I don't know. We'll sort this out over lunch, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
And with that, we
Bye,
will go to
Captain.
break as you
Yes.
I wave the captain off.
Yeah.
Say I'll be back after lunch. Thank you, Captain.
yeah. So,
Game day, ladies and
all
gentlemen.
your prep done under the belt, all your prep squared away. It is the night leading up to the tournament
Oof.
at the belly of the beast.
Mm.
Let me get in some appropriate music.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Like freaking group hug before the party gets into this. Holy moly!
Here we go.
I'm like
Oh, the
so
spirit
nervous. I'm
that
gonna
Damon
shit
crushed.
myself.
Right? Oh, everything that Damon crushed and like squandered in the opening half, I'm now like, oh my god, wait, fight night. I forgot.
Oh my god. Do we get to see him fight? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
There is a
One of us
lineup.
might even fight him. Oh.
So, Luca, you prepare to show up. You have your costume packed away. You see the lineup. There are 8 matches tonight. The
8
first
matches?
one,
Oh
Yes.
yeah, okay.
because
I
there
can't
are
count,
16
it's fine.
competitors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's Luca is up first versus someone
Oh.
named the Ice Queen. The second
Oh.
is Red Skies versus Salty Petra. The third is Sabretooth versus Trickshot Turek. The fourth is Vicious Via versus Slice. The second, the fifth is Bob versus Mimic. The sixth is Rex versus Dragon Slayer. Seventh is Glitter Bomb versus the Anvil. And last is Cognort versus the Duke.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh.
Getting excited? Is Willow with us, or is...
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Willow would be with you at this point.
And they've
Willow's
got their
just
party
got that
pants, so they're not
tag-along
even
bag.
carrying like a backpack or anything. That sneaky motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just quickly, Zeke, do you have like a list of the rounds? Just so
Yes,
I
I
can
will
get
post
ready to
that.
start setting bets. Thank you.
Yes, I will post that into our general.
You are an angel.
Yes.
Is this fight night itself or the night before fight night?
This is
No,
fight
this
night
is
itself.
Fight night.
This is fight night itself. I thought you said the night before fight night, and I was like, oh, okay.
It's
We
the
fight,
night leading
but
up to It's
Oh, I
leading
get what
up
you mean.
to the fight.
Gotcha. I understand. So I'm fighting
I
the
misspoke.
Duke.
I am
Oh.
also excited.
Oh,
Yay!
I'm so glad. Yay. As a quick aside, I
Alright.
should have had my spells prepared by now, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I didn't get time to see who I was fighting beforehand for this one. Okay. So I didn't make the choice yet, but I will pick now.
I think you would have. I think, like, Luca, you probably knew like a day before the name of your competition, but maybe not anything more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
name and weapon of choice.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. It's okay. I am going with what I would have had already.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Why am I nervous? I'm just in the audience.
It's gonna be really embarrassing if we lose because we're the player characters.
I know, very terribly embarrassing.
Oh.
Alright. Let's go. Should
Yeah.
we start in the dressing rooms?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Luca and N anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
So.
wait, has Luca talked to N about this, or are we dropping the question in the changing room?
I think you would have
Luca?
asked already. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so Zeke, take us away.
Right. 16 fighters will compete to see who is worthy of taking on the reigning champion of the Belly of the Beast, the undefeated Titan. The stadium is packed with an excited audience. People are animatedly discussing the fighters, with some people clearly friends or family looking to cheer on their contestant. The list of matches are writ large above the betting pen, with odds listed next to each one. So far, the scores don't seem to heavily favor one or the other. That's sure to change over the next few days of competition. Luca, you know that your match is up first, so you are in the changing room getting ready.
How you feeling?
Nervous. Very nervous.
That's understandable. And is probably arranging the makeup.
Yes.
And, is Luca dressed at this point, you think?
I think he's like putting on his like cape and collar.
You'll be
at
fine.
this point. Well, I'm glad to have someone behind me.
Oh, Cat's here too. I'm sure Willow
Yeah,
will.
Kat gave Luca like a big slap on the back and...
Yeah. And I'm imagining too, like Willow and Kat like minded the seats basically. Like bought the tickets and went to the seats. Yes, Willow bought ticket. And Willow, before you went, also would have given you a handshake and a quick check of your porcelain arm so that it's all in working order.
Yeah.
So Willow would have done a quick
Ooh,
appraisal
nothing
for
good.
you. Yep, and then given you like a bicep slap of like, okay, and then like shaking your hand and been like, good luck.
Yeah.
And then peace out. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And is doing Luca's makeup.
Yeah, so Luca like sits down, puts his head forward, head and hands, closes his eyes.
Better. Look at him straight in the face.
Yeah.
And we'll apply roses to his cheeks.
Beautiful painted roses.
Do I look pretty?
Nah.
Well, then you've done a poor job, haven't you?
You look handsome. And En's going to step out of the way of the mirror and let Luca see.
Oh, I kind of do, don't I?
Yeah, it suits you. Brings out your eyes.
Thank you.
There's like a call from Ahab Jones. Everybody get ready. Fight begins in 4 minutes.
All right.
Okay,
You're
I
up.
better go. Wish me luck.
Break a
Give
leg.
Ed my little hand hug.
Yeah, and gives it back. You know what that means, right?
No.
It means good luck.
Okay, I've heard it said, but I don't. Yeah.
It's a long
Okay.
story. It means good luck and gives you like 2 thumbs up.
Okay.
Please don't actually
Thank
do
you.
it literally. That's really not the point.
I really don't want to, so
Yeah.
I won't.
You'll be great out there.
Okay. Thank you. Give them the thumbs up in return.
Okay.
Hey, did Elsa come?
Yes,
No.
she's with you. She's
Yes?
with you in the yes.
Oh.
She has a little she has a little banner with Luca's name written on it.
Oh, so cute!
Oh,
Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, then we escorted her up. Willow would have.
Yeah.
By the way, Willow's very like holds old lady's arm while making sure that none of the like rapscallions get in her way.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Elsa is
Clears
in
the
the crowd.
way with a banner.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, so cute.
Your mom watching your
Yeah, I'm winning
Your wrestling
tonight.
match.
Yeah.
You're getting
All
lit
right.
tonight.
Alright.
Let's go.
Ahab Jones is revving up the crowd alongside the Titan, who is clearly here not only as a resident champion, but as judge and referee too. A hush comes over the crowd as the lights dim and there's a spotlight. Ahab is there with the wand of amplification in his hand. Are you ready, Regalport? This is a tournament to see if there's anyone worthy of taking over the Titan. Our first match of the night is going to be a battle of blades and beauty. On one side, we have a refined Romeo, a knight in rose-tinted armor, the Scarlet Prince! Woo! Luca steps down on the stage, cape billowing, roses on his face. Do you do anything in particular, Luca?
My microphone was muted. Fuck that noise. I stand down and with like a swish of my cape, I blow a wide kiss to the audience and wink at them.
Nice. Okay. And on the other, we have a stone-cold sword maiden, a woman meaner than Winter Storm and twice as deadly, the Ice Queen. The Ice Queen steps in. She's a slender human woman with like powerful shoulders concealed under her fencing garb and breastplate. She's piercing blue eyes under a feathered cap, blonde hair tied back in a short braid, and a silver rapier embellished with snowflake patterns. Will our rosy prince thaw the Ice Queen's heart, or will his petals be frozen solid and crushed under her heels? It's every royal for themselves in this fight for golden glory! The Ice Queen makes an elegant leg before Luca, doffing her feathered hat. It will be my honor to send you crying back home to your silk sheets, she says with a polite smile.
Only if you agree to accompany me, my lady.
Roll for initiative, baby.
Yes.
Yo!
Oh. All right, Luca, it is your turn.
Let's
Going to
go!
yeah, fucking woo! Okay, I'm going to cast Bless on myself with
Hell yeah.
Oh.
So with like an elegant flashback of my cape, I draw my sword and hold it forward, and there's like a pulse of energy that knocks my hair in my cape, and then my eyes start to glow with like a very choked pink color in my pupils that doesn't even reach my sclera. And I'm very focused and pointing at her, and
Nice.
I will like flish my sword and bow gently, as if I'm waiting for her to take the first move.
And that she does. She's going to move in pretty quick. And try and attack.
Ooh.
A hit?
20? Yes.
You take 5 cold damage as her like rapier blade ignites with like a blue glow, and like she stabs like under your arm, cutting the side of you, and there's like a like crackle of frost up your side.
Oh.
Your turn, Luca.
And I'm going to two-handed attack in return.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That does not hit. She quick steps back out of the way of your blade. Her turn again.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
damn!
rolling well.
Boo!
She gets another glancing blow, just like a light little cut on the back of your arm.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna take
And
another.
steps back.
Oh, does she now?
Yeah. Wanna take a swipe?
Yeah, attack of
No,
opportunity.
I would. Yes. I will take an attack
Yeah,
of
true. She
opportunity.
steps back.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still two-handed, so. Damn.
That doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
Gosh. Okay, I'm going to like straighten up and like flip my hair, and I would like to assess this woman. How is she being so good at me right now,
Yeah.
She's just rolling well, I'm afraid.
motherfucker? Okay. Okay. Fuck. Does assessing her take my turn?
No.
Okay. Fuck. What am I gonna do?
You can
Yeah.
attack again.
I feel like
Yeah, I'll
Close
attack
distance,
again.
Attack again.
Close the distance and attack again. I need to get a hit in.
There we go.
Oh, that
Okay.
definitely hits.
yes.
Um,
Woo!
She tries to parry the strike, but she is like overpowered quickly. In one hit, you manage to like. Okay, please describe as how you like get her in one blow, basically. To
Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Luca, you lost your wits for like a second and then immediately came back and one-hit killed.
I don't even know. What's she wearing?
She's wearing like a breastplate and like sort of we would describe it as like fencing or like riding gear.
Oh my god, that's so
Hmm.
sexy. She's wearing a hat, right?
Yes.
I would like to do a huge like upward sweep that knocks her cap off.
Yeah. Okay, so you like with your sword in hand, you sweep upward, like tearing a long red gash and then like spearing her hat off her head, and she like falls to her knees and says, "I yield."
Okay.
Like badly bleeding.
Okay.
Ahab shouts overhead, "Our prince has won! What a decisive strike!"
Luca's like quickly gonna like crouch down and like offer aid.
Yeah, there's like a medic on the scene who like quickly casts like a healing word, and she will accept your hand up and says, "Well fought."
You as well. You had me in the beginning. I'm gonna give her like a very gracious, like deep bow as if she's the most important person in the world to me.
Aw.
There's like a riotous cheer. How'd the bets turn out?
Everyone won!
Can-
You all bet on me! Wait, you guys didn't bet. Did
Yeah.
you guys place bets?
I
Not
had a,
allowed to.
I didn't because I
yeah,
have things to do.
Oh, I meant
Also, I'm-
in-game.
yeah, I had a bet in mind.
Did
But,
Willow and N.
yeah. Can we? Like,
Yeah,
I was
can
going
we
to.
bet?
We
I-
would have.
Yeah, and would have
Yeah.
too. Do we know like what's the
The
betting-
ratio.
yeah, ratio.
I think it would probably have been like. I'll figure that out later. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well,
I'll-
and
I'll do
and
that
bet
later.
10
Sunk
gold.
into it, and
Okay.
only 10.
We'll
I
write
think
this
Willow
down.
Yeah,
Okay.
Willow would have put. Willow would have put 20 on Luca.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
No,
Oh.
I think N's gonna
I'm
match you
gonna
if they
say,
hear.
I'm gonna say that
15?
Luca's odds were 1.5.
Yeah, I
So
assume
you-
most of them would have been even odds for now.
Yeah, they were pretty standard, so you would get like a slight. So
Willow N bets 10, and then Willow bets 15, and then N adds a 5 to that 10.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I actually
Nice.
think Willow would have gone for a 20. Do you reckon Willow N would have upped it to 25?
Yeah, probably. Seeing that.
Alright, sweet. So
You
with
win either way.
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
oh, well, you guys love me, don't you?
I'm very confident that you will win.
Well, thank you.
Alright.
I wasn't for a minute there.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's your lesson.
You've got staying power, buddy.
Yep. Evidently.
Are we gonna be battling through like all the other players?
I'm going to describe what happens next.
Okay.
So, Luca victorious, you return to the changing room. There's a brief intermission between fights as they clean up the ring and so on. Rev up the crowd again for another match. Yeah. And Ahab's voice overhead that you can hear even from inside the changing room. For our second round, it's two scoundrels of the seas. On one side, we have a sailor so salty the sea spat her back out. This sea dog is old enough to have kicked your great-great-grandfather's teeth in, and till night she'll do it again. Give it up for Salty Petra! This like wizened, wiry old elven woman with skin as wrinkly as like an apple that's been left in the sun for too long. She spits at her feet and like jeers at the crowd, calling them rude names, and like the crowd like yells right back at her, and she cackles. And on the other side, pirates take warning because red skies are coming for you. This champion of the sun is here to win glory in the name of the sovereigns. But can all that shine stand up to the piss and vinegar of a thrice-pickled privateer, bitch? Strength of conviction might get you into the ring, but it's only strength of arms that can send you home a winner! Red Skies is a gleaming, bronze-skilled half-elven man with bleached hair, wielding a mason shield of burnished copper that sparkle in the magical spotlights. May Dolora shine her glory on me, he proclaims. And Salty Petra snipes back. Why don't you shove that mace where the sun don't shine, choir boy? She makes a rude gesture with a scimitar. Red Sky scowls and chants in a sonorous voice. To ensure my attacks do not waver, sovereign of sunlight, grant me divine favor. A radiant glow surrounds him, sinking into his skin. Looks like it's a similar magic to what Luca used. Salty Petra darts forward with a yell, cutting two swipes at the Acolyte, but he blocks both with his shield. The match turns quickly in the Acolyte's favor, his attacks guided by the divine magic of Bless. Ahab's voice booms over here. Swear she might! Salty Petra can't get under Red Sky's guard! Oh, and with that strike to the knee, Red Skies has drawn red curtains on poor old Petra. Do you yield, you old wench? Red Skies declares. Fuck you for a lily-levered mongrel, Petra shrieks, clutching her knee. She swipes at his ankles with her sword, but he simply steps on the blade, trapping under the heel of his boat. Red Skies thrusts his mate under her chin. Don't dishonor yourself with false courage. With an anguished growl, Salty Petra shouts, Yield! And Red Skies steps back to the roar of the audience. That's the match! Abe's voice booms. Red Skies has won! May the sun never shine on you, beloved audience! He calls out with a gallant laugh.
God, Willow facepalming in the audience hates this guy's energy. How does Elsa look after that? Do we all look pissed off? Not pissed off, but like...
I think Elsa is like kind of amused. She was more enthusiastic with Luca. Kat is like eating the shit up. She's having a great time.
I think N bet on Salty Petra, so they're just kind of like, a very small amount, 2 gold. But
yeah.
Just because they liked her better. Yeah, I'm making notes of what the bets I'm making before the fight starts, just so I'm not cheating as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, how honest. Criminal.
Okay.
I can't take the gold back after I've given it to Ahab. They keep track of this shit. That's a business.
Yep. Cool. A little bit of intermission. Up next, Sabretooth versus Trickshot Turek. Tiger shifter woman, sort of sturdily built with long fangs and metal claw caps on her fingers that look like little knives. Versus this Baywatch bodied orc man
Oh my god.
in like light armor with this like rubber bowl under his arm.
Oh my god. Right.
Oh, I see. I understand.
I see what
He's
this
got like a
is.
bandana and everything.
Is his hair like pointing right up?
It's like slightly like quashed back.
Oh, it's got a little wave
Very
to
cool.
it, almost like he
Yeah.
belongs in the water.
Stop. It's time for Blitzball. I mean tournament.
Yeah. Let's see if this Wildcat will leave today with a new chew toy. Ready? Fight!
Ooh.
This is going to be fun. Show me what you got, Sabretooth. Turek beams, dribbling the bowl between his hands. She scoffs. This ain't show and tell. She unsheathes her claws, sinking into the crouch. Don't start crying when I pop that little toy of yours. With a growl, she pounces. Turek hurls the rubble bowl with all his might, landing it in her gut. Sabretooth doubles over with a sudden wheeze. Lucky shot. She tries another swipe and manages to claw his upper arm. Turek hardly flinches. His next throw rebounds off the walls, cuts her to cuff the back of her head, and she bites back a snarl. The fight continues with Sabretooth fighting to stay within reach while also dodging Turek's rubber ball with its quick, unpredictable rebounds. One lucky shot flattens her nose, gushing blood. She screams, incensed, and with a crackle of magic launches herself once more at Turek, aiming to claw out his eyes. Everybody in the audience, please roll a perception check.
Oh.
Okay.
Audience
Okay.
precipitation.
Interactive, baby. Yeah. Audience precipitation, indeed. I'm crying is what I'm trying to say. Participation, whatever. Both ways. Wait, what am I doing?
Willow,
Perception check.
perception check.
What am I doing?
Perception.
Perception. Sorry. I was thinking.
Having too much fun. God, we are not on it. It's hard to see,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
There's a lot
Willow,
of
you
noise.
pick up like just the briefest like bit of spell work as she like launches at him. Like,
Yeah. Is that allowed?
yeah, it's not. He barely manages to bring up the ball to block his face when Ahab cries, "Foul!" Like her claws sink into the bowl and like it starts sizzling, melting with acid.
No.
The Titan leaps down into the pit, pinning Sabretooth to the ground. She spits and curses but can't wrestle free even as the Tiger pulls her up by the scuff. We don't take kindly to cheaters, she says, hauling her over to the bottom of the deep end of the pool. Eat it, Sabretooth hisses, then as the gargoyle head douses her in a jet of water. The Titan
cool.
drags her, soaked and bedraggled, out of the ring to vicious boos from the crowd, and Ahab's voice overhead. Let that be a lesson to anyone looking for a leg up. Trickshot Turek is our victor! The Orth triumphantly holds up the corroded remains of his rubber ball above his head, though slightly disappointed that he got in on a penalty.
No.
Yeah. Woo, woo, woo.
Sabretooth got disqualified.
Hell yeah.
Willow's going to lean over to N and be like, a cheetah? I thought she was a tiger.
Mhm.
Cat's like,
Nudges cat.
should have been a cheater. Yeah.
Hmm?
That kind of. I don't like foul play.
Yeah, of course. It was just a joke.
And yeah. All right. A little bit of intermission as the acid is mopped up from the ring. And two small contestants approach. One, a short, stocky dwarven woman with a blonde undercut, covered in tattoos that reach from the base of the neck to her wrists. The second is a tiny gnomish woman with a human-sized machete that she's cradled, lovingly. Ahab's voice overhead. Now get ready for Slice versus Vicious Via! These two might be small in size, but we'll see how big of a punch they pack. Ready? Via whacks the hilt of her axe into the other hand with a smug look. Let's get this over. Shh. The gnome hisses. She caresses the flat of her blade, reverently saying in a low voice, "What was that?" "Ah, yes, too right. You've always been the sharper of the two of us." Fight! The first swing of Via's axe sends Slice stumbling back. She rights herself and glares, and she says, "Don't you!" She darts in and stabs the dwarf's right side. Don't you know? Stab. It's rude. Another slash of her machete, this time at Via's knees. To interrupt a private discussion? The dwarf huffs, equal parts strain and irritation, struggling to keep up. What the fucking kyber spawn are you prattling on about? For all that Slice appears more invested in her one-sided conversation than the fight, she holds her own astonishingly well. Via swings hard enough to take the gnome's head off, but she's not quite fast enough for it to connect. The end comes for her when the head of her battle axe embeds itself deep into the stone tile of the ring. The muscles of Via's arms bunch as she holds on the handle and then slices in her face, holding the machete close enough to make her grow cross-eyed. Are you quite finished? She drawls. Via spits at her feet. As if... Quick as a flash, there is a new cut, oozing blood across the dwarf's left cheek.
Oh.
Don't make me repeat myself, Slice hisses. There's a tense few seconds of stalemate, and then, reluctantly, Via releases her axe. I yield!
No.
There you have it! Slice is the victor! The gnome quickly returns to her, muttering, ignoring the rounds of the crowd.
Yeah, and betted on that one.
You bet on Slice? Of course
Yep.
you did. Knife solidarity.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Oh,
sees
my
it's a
goodness.
short person with a knife and is like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for them actually. They're pretty good.
Kind of
They seem to
angry.
have their head
You
on
know?
straight. Little gnome just like, it's my precious with the freaking machete. This is normal. I'm gonna vote for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet on that one.
Yeah. I'll take that one.
You can relax. You can take a breather, and we'll just have our little discussion for now.
Yeah, feel free to discuss. I need a
I
moment.
love your descriptions, by the way. Just as an aside,
Yeah,
for the
so
audience, we have
fun.
like
It's so
all
much fun.
contributed to like characters at Zeke, and hearing them come to life via Zeke is so fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
Via.
It's right, Via, you loser. So
Luca
let's see,
fought
Luca
one of
versus the
mine.
Ice Queen. Luca won. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
Wait,
so
what?
cool.
Ice Queen was
The Ice Queen.
mine.
She was cool.
My input.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My lovely
All
lady.
right. Man, Luca blessed himself. Got to blame it on Blood of Volt. Got to blame it on Elsa. #blessed. They ain't ready for me. That's what happened. there. He's a dangerous man
We got it.
with some roses in his pocket. Keep up. So
We've
many
got
pretty
another
girls around
paladin
me.
in
They're
our
waking up the
midst.
sword.
Yeah.
Do we?
The
Yeah, seems
the
like-
insufferable guy.
The red skies? Seems like
Yeah.
Red skies.
paladin.
Red skies. Yeah, he's a riot.
All right.
Certainly a lot.
Yeah.
Ahab's voice booming resounds again. Tell me, citizens of Regalport, have you had enough yet?
No.
There's an answering roar of defiance from the crowd, baying for more blood. Ahab laughs. It echoes around the arena. Didn't think so. We're only halfway through our lineup, so let's see what our next fighters are made of. In this quarter, we have Bob the Blade, and in the other, Mimic. Will our wannabe chef fillet his opponent to ribbons, or will this copycat outmatch him? Ready? Bob the Blade is a balding human man in his 40s with a thick mustache and a mean-looking cleaver in his hand. Mimic appears to be a half-elf pirate woman in casual clothes with reddish-purple hair and a neutral expression. In the audience, a few whoops and high-pitched whistles call out to Bob, his family in the stands.
Oh.
Bob gives a lazy crack of his neck and readies himself. Don't expect me to go easy on ya, he jabs. Mimic makes a show of eyeing him up and down and then with a little twirl transform into a perfect copy of Bob the Blade. Don't expect me to go easy on ya, they repeat, mocking. Huh? Fight! Caught off guard, Bob takes the first swipe full to the chest, saved by his chain shirt, but it sets him on the back foot. He attempts a clumsy retaliation. Hold still! Hold still! Mimic nimbly sidesteps out of the way. Quit it! Quit it! Looks like Mimic's practical tactics have gotten under Bob's skin. Can he pull it together? Mimic continues to dancing around Bob the Blade, light on their feet, never saying anything that isn't a taunt. He gets more and more pissed off, sweat sticking his hair to his face, eyes bulging. He lands in a few jabs and manages to deflect some of them with his shield, but it's clear he's far too riled up. It comes to a head when Mimic yanks on the ends of Bob's mustache cheekily, and he bellows in pain. He lunges, putting all his weight behind it and making it all too easy for them to trip him up. He crashes to the ground with a heavy thud, fumbles to turn over, and stops short when the end of a scimitar taps his chin. Mimic grins down at him with his own face. Repeat after me. I yield. It's a barely audible grunt, but Bob concedes. Hail!
Yeah.
With a showy twirl, they transform back, waving to the crowd as her half-elf woman self.
No. Wow. Hey.
Damn it, Bob, I just lost so many eggs.
I just won money.
Wow, that was a fight. Nice.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. That was so funny
Yeah.
and cool. So cool.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Next match.
Very cool. Oh, wait, quick. Before that, Willow's going to go, Damon. And then just look at the two of them and say, don't wait for me. I'm going to go vote. I was going to go bet on him. And then,
Okay.
excuse themselves.
Make some money.
I'm just gonna go bet
Willow
too,
is
and
actually
I'm
going
gonna.
to go bet on him.
Are you actually going to bet, or you?
Oh, you little bastard.
I'm not.
You little shit. Why
I've been
can't you
betting
just
on
stay?
every match.
Yeah, but you should have just bet at the beginning. Anyway, Willow might
Yeah, you would have had
is
to
it?
place your bets at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, Willow's going
Oh.
to go and look and see whether they can chuck a bet on now because they forgot. They forgot to bet on Damon.
Oh.
Is N still coming?
I'm gonna insight check. Willow.
Fine,
Inside
do it.
check.
Do it, coward.
GM roll to me, please.
Oh.
All right.
Still have to roll.
GM Deception?
Yes, please.
Disgrace.
Fuck!
Oh.
Willow is clearly going for more than just a bet.
God, I can't believe I got that.
I know! Me neither!
Are you kidding?
Bro. I got a
How
3.
bad did you
I
roll?
rolled 3.
Oh my
I rolled
God.
3. And it took me down to 2.
Yeah.
Oh my
I think
God.
I think En's going to keep an eye on Willow, but maybe not follow them.
Okay.
And,
I feel like Kat is way too absorbed in the match. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, that's
Not a
that
problem.
fucking guy who bought us pizza.
It is that fucking guy. It is fucking pizza guy. Willow says while sidling
guy.
past Cat.
All right.
Also, Willow would not have said fucking around. Willow would not have said fucking at all.
Yeah, but it's
loud.
just
In their head.
in their head, yes, it is
Yeah.
that fucking guy.
How much
Alright.
money can I? How many eggs can I make by knowing that Damon will probably win?
Don't you bet. But wait, quickly, can I actually put a bet on him yet or not? Would it have
You
been
can.
closed? Okay,
can,
Willow
like,
is
a
actually
real
going to
quick
put a
one.
bet on him.
How
Yeah,
much you betting?
if they can sneak one in. 10.
Okay. Cool.
And as soon as Willow finishes their bet, they will go kind of take a just a stage side look. They're not going back to their seats, but they are going to watch and observe. And may I do a preemptive perception check on this man?
Sure.
Or whatever, just analyzing
Yeah.
his fighting in advance.
Yeah.
and
Okay,
Willow
so
as
Oh
well.
yeah,
This is
I wanna
for later.
focus on him as well.
Yeah, we're all.
Okay.
Shall we all roll in
Next.
advance to see what we see?
Yeah.
Sure.
Insight.
Oh yeah,
Insight
inside
or
or
Insight.
perception?
I think this would be insight for the sake of
Yes, I'm gonna roll again.
Strategy.
yeah.
Quick strats.
Okay.
No better.
And gets the best.
Fantastic.
I mean, it is a little bit, but a 10 is better
Yeah.
than a 6.
That six still
Okay,
got
and
me
you
though.
tell me.
Okay, so
Shut up!
everyone knows the stories of dragons, big, fire-breathing tyrants that fought in the Age of Demons and defeated the giants millennia ago. Our next contestants are bringing the legends to life. On one side, we have a scaly monster straight from the jungles of Kubara, the red-scaled marauder himself. Give it up for Rex! A powerfully built man with reptilian features lumbers into the ring, a dark red dragonborn with a scarred eye and a wicked-looking morning star in his hands. On the other, we have a true adventurer, a man who made his fortunes in the ruins of Xantric and came back to tell the tale. The one, the only, Dragon Slayer! Damon hops into the ring and does some playful shadowboxing, waving at the crowd before turning to face Rex with a cheerful smirk. Hey, I thought I was promised a dragon, not an overgrown gecko, he says playfully. Talk shit and I'll use your sword just as bit before I grill you for breakfast. Rex growls back with a grin. Whoa! Think you can stomach me, Pepper Breath? I think I'll cut your tongue out first before I eat your face. Rex goes in for an underhanded swing, whirling his Morning Star at Damon's face with a force that would take a normal man's head clean off. Damon sidesteps it before he can barely graze his cheek. He gives Rex an open-palmed slap on the tail as he shifts around. Come on, show me that your bite is better than your burn. Rex roars, spouting smoke and fire from his nostrils. He bull rushes Damon again. This time the man spins to block it with the hilt of his greatsword. There's a quick back and forth parry blows, but Rex can't get a hit in on Damon at all. Rex grabs the sheath of his sword and lunges to hit Rex in the sternum with the pommel, sending the Dragonborn staggering back. Damon is on him in a flash, using the pommel and sheath to beat the Dragonborn into a backwards retreat until he trips, and Damon plants a booted foot on his chest. Rex tries to reach for his Morning Star, but it gets kicked out of his hand. Damon looms over him, leaning against his sword with a face that says, "Told you so." A frustrated snort of smoke, and Rex growls, "Yield! That has got to be the quickest and cleanest fight I've ever seen, folks!" Ahab bellows. "The Dragon Slayer lives up to his name! Barely a minute on the clock, and we have a winner!" Damon does a flourishing bow to the audience, then helps Rex up to his feet and gives him a friendly clap on the shoulder.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
My God, he didn't even take his sword out, did he?
No, he didn't. It was
oh my God, he beat him with his
time.
sheath. He beat him with the sheath, bro. Beat him with the sheath, bro. The pommel and the sheath. Man, I gotta pace a little. Hold up, bro. Man. Woo! God damn, Mr. Damon.
Luca's like, oh, I wish I thought of that. That's really cool.
Oh, bro. Wow. Woo! Can I get a chi-hoo in the chat? Thank you.
Yeah. You're gonna need to tell the people how to spell that.
It's onomatopoeia. Okay, yeah, nice, cool, sweet.
Yeah,
All right,
nice.
what did we perceive from that in an intellectual way? Good sir.
Tell us about him.
Damon has like an impenetrable guard. He's like barely wearing armor. It looks like it's mostly the coat. That's like he looks like he's just wearing leather armor, basically. But like, damn, that Rex could not get a hit in on him, and he was like, Damon didn't even draw his sword. He barely broke a sweat. He is very competent.
He's untouchable. It looks like in this case.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, admittedly, Rex was like a pretty slow, heavy fighter.
Yes, but his vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very
He's
impressive.
24-karat magic.
This matchup is
the
hilarious.
Yeah.
Ahab's so funny for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's here to put on a show. What you think?
Yeah. Good.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
7th match.
Yeah.
We're getting into the part
Willow's
where
gonna go toilet.
Nope.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
I will.
Willow disappears and has not returned.
Can I do an insight check on that?
You can't see me go to the toilet.
You're
No.
not. You haven't come back though, and N's been ticking over
Yeah.
this for a little while. Can I do one more to see if I start
Fine.
to catch on?
This would be, I think, an intelligence check. This is deduction, not seeing.
Okay, so just straight intelligence.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Willow's taking a long time. Maybe they got
Yeah.
caught up.
Maybe they have to poop.
Maybe they got aggravated. Maybe they got aggravated
Yeah.
by Damon again.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. 7th match. Glitter Bomb versus the Anvil. In our next match, we're pitting steel against style. On one side, we have the Warforged that left the last war to hone himself into something new. You can take the warrior out of the fight, but you can't take the fight out of the warrior. Give it up for the Anvil! A classic Warforged model, you guess about 20 years old, with an arm blade, steps into the pool, bearing signs of heavy battle damage. It waves with its hand at the audience, head held high. It looks like he could almost be smiling if it weren't for the fact that its face is just made of unmoving metal plates. And on the other side, we have a sparkling changeling who might be little, but packs a dazzling punch. Give it up for our multicolored magician, Glitter Bomb! A dwarf-like figure with dark skin and shimmering rainbow hair and like little puffs enters the pool, flourishing their quarterstaff overhead. A shower of iridescent sparkles follows the arc of their staff, and they gives a curtsy to their opponent. The anvil nods his head in polite acknowledgement. Ready, fight! Glitter Bomb immediately shouts magic words and like twirling her staff, releasing a flurry of like glittering sparkles that try to like sort of stick to the anvil, but he's too quick. He like dodges forward and gives a sharp stab with his arm blade, cutting her close. There is like a quick back and forth as like she like tries to hit him with her staff. He like takes the hit like across the chin, but it doesn't seem to do much damage. Then she like tries like gathering like a dazzling bowl of multicolored magic into her hand and blasting it at his face, but he like simply like averts his gaze, and like the fight ends pretty quickly as the anvil is just simply an unstoppable wall of steel that cuts Glitter Bomb down to size. Eventually, she like holds up her hand and says, "I yield."
Aww. Honey, I was rooting for you. You're so cute.
So was I.
There you have it, folks. Looks like it's the machines match this night. The anvil gives a polite bow to her and Glitter Bomb and says, "Well fought." Sort of a quiet, robotic voice. Glitter Bomb nods. "Get you next time."
Aw, they're so cute. I love them. Both of them. That was like noble for once.
They could go out for drinks
They're
after.
gonna be best
whatever,
friends later.
Whatever
Oh my God.
Warforged drink. They don't drink.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Oil, I guess.
Go for massages later. I don't
Yes.
know. Get manicures.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Cute.
Somebody like with like one of those like car buffing machines.
Oh my God. Yes.
Amazing.
Shine his
Man.
armor.
Glitter
Gotta
Bomb's
get it
getting
detailed.
like, just general nail buff, and friggin'
Yeah.
Anvil's getting like a full-fledged polish buff, like
Yeah.
like heavy machinery.
Sandpaper noises.
Yeah. Fucking on the sand belt, like
Rotary
wow, this is so
sander.
relaxing. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Ooh.
I vote for my guy.
Alright. So, we are into the last round. I have not written anything for this, so this is all off the dome, but it's
Hey,
gonna be good.
same, bro.
Yeah. Let me pull up the description.
I will
All right.
Say, oh, never mind.
Yeah, describe as Cognaut gets ready.
Well, Willow would have disappeared into the toilet and gotten basically
Changed.
incognito dressed, like
Yeah.
no identifiable Willow traits. So they have
Mhm.
tucked everything into their party pants.
Mhm.
They have pulled a mask over their face
Mhm.
and wearing a hat. Actually, this is just a plain black mask, and they are going to walked into the bathroom as Willow waited a whole round, and then are walking
Mhm.
out. Just as
Mhm.
like, I think they would have gotten changed. Did they get changed in there or the dressing room? No, I think they got half changed in there, and they will get the rest of their outfit on.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
They appear
dressed
and
the rest
like
of the way,
there's
and the
one of the stars is like, "There you are! Finally, your match is up next. What the hell were you doing?"
Willow says nothing, and
Yeah.
turns to face a corner and starts getting dressed,
Okay.
or rather, gets into one of the change rooms.
Yeah. All right. So, Ahab announces the next and final match. I need to pull up the thing real quick.
I'm gonna poop everywhere. I'm so nervous.
I'm so nervous too. Man, I'm getting nervous about like would Willow get dressed in the changing rooms or in the toilet cubicle? They got incognito in the toilets, and now they're going to get dressed in the dressing room. That's my answer. But they are late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a character made by Mimza. Of course, they're late.
Stop it. Not all of my characters are late. Willow is in this case because they're fucking.
Name 2. Bitch.
Don't argue against me. Thousand time.
No, he's never on. How dare you?
Is. Just not for
He's
Bush.
the
anyway.
a wizard arrives precisely when they mean to.
Stop.
I'm
I
telling
have
the
some.
truth.
Trust me. No. Fuck you. I'm so nervous. Just fucking no, it's not.
You're nervous.
Man.
My first 2 attacks failed, bro. I nearly shat myself.
And look at my track record, huh? Your first few attacks failed. What have I been doing? Every time I use a sword, I die.
These aren't the thoughts you should be taking into the ring, Willow.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ahab announces overhead. Last, but certainly not least, we have a golden son himself, man of means and money. Give it up for the Duke, a golden-plated, like, bejeweled dwarf man, in it, like, pretty young, like, you'd guess, human equivalent of early 20s, which means he's probably, like, 50-something for a dwarf. Decked out in, like, gems and bejeweled armor with a gaudy helmet to match, but none so shiny and eye-catching as his, like, massive mole that he's carrying on. There's, like, a loud bay from the crowd as they're, like, a bunch of his friends who have, like, clearly, like, slightly richer people who have, like, a little bit slumming it to cheer up their guy. He, like, sort of hops down into the ring and, like, staggers briefly. If anybody wants to give me a perception or insight check.
Sure.
Dirty 20.
Oh, God.
So.
Damn.
That man is drunk. He's been timing.
Oh boy.
This is what you get for bribing your way into the fight.
Yeah, this is the bribe fight.
Yeah.
And on the
worst
other
of the bunch.
side, a mysterious masked sword slayer. Give it up for Cognort!
Woo!
They say nothing. They walk into the ring. There's a notable click every time they step. It seems like their shoes are tapping on every step. And
Ooh.
they stand at the edge of the pool and they do a low bow from the waist and then stand up and wait with their hand on their sword at their side.
Do I do the insight check now or later?
You can try.
One more time. Before the fight starts. It's just got a prickle. I've just got a prickle. Goddamn.
Very interesting.
Man, no luck for you.
It's got this weird gut feeling and Tim's trying to place it.
Yeah, it is. I would say that the pommel of their sword glows a cyan, turquoisey kind of color. But just the pommel. The rest of it is gold. The handle is blue.
Nice. The Duke, like, is, like, cheering at the crowd and then turns to face Cognort and is like, what are you supposed to be? Huh? He, like, waves them all at you.
Cognort does a little shrug. Still isn't talking.
Oh, you think you're too good to speak to me, huh? Well, let's see you stay silent when I hit you to the ground. You will roll for initiative. Oop,
Wow.
I'm clicking my token. I remembered this time. I clicked it.
Yeah. Good. Roll for initiative, please. Okay. So, Cognort,
Cognaut is going to first off. They do a little. You see, they glint. It's their enhanced defense activating. They've just granted themselves some temporary hit points. And then, How far away is he? A few steps.
10 feet.
Give us a sec. I thought I knew what I was gonna do, but now that I'm here, it's a bit stressful. Even though he's drunk, I can just try and hit him with my sword.
You gonna call me Damon?
Yeah.
Try not to.
No. No, never, ever. Please, how dare you? Okay, Cognaut is going to just kind of... They don't seem to be approaching with any kind of speed. They are just kind of like trotting over, little tap of their shoes. And then they quickly unsheath their sword, do a little spin with it, and then immediately go for a lunge at one of his... one of the junctions of his...
Armor, yeah.
Armor.
Sure. Roll to hit.
And I'm just rolling short sword with this, yeah? Even though I bought a new one.
This would be rapier. I can quickly slap that into your character sheet.
Yay! Thank you.
Ooh,
I hope it's better than my short sword. It's downgrading profession.
Yeah, different dice.
My anger purchase.
Blow on your computer, and that's like you're blowing on the dice.
Okay.
Okay, here it is. It's under your short sword now.
Oh, yeah.
It's on your sheet.
Okay. I hit now.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wait, what?
It's
What
reading the
happened
19, I think, or the 16.
Okay. It's the
Yeah.
dice is digitally cocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still,
happened?
damn.
That's a good hit.
Damn.
Yeah.
You managed to like get a really deep cut in on you like aim for the armpit and there's like a streak of blood as you pull back. The Duke bellows in rage. Ah, son of a bitch! And is gonna start swinging wildly at you. Miss.
Oh man, you know,
yeah.
Cognot's doing little spins as well, and it's... Huh? He's got what? Disadvantage because he's drunk?
Because he's drunk?
Yeah.
That's his own problem.
Yeah, he literally poisoned himself before the fight.
Oh
Yeah,
my
good
God.
one, idiot. Man, okay, so yeah, Willow's done a little spin. Cognaut has done a little spin around him, and is now behind him, and is going to try and hit him again with the sword.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you finish him?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. No, just straight up the back on the other armpit, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Like literally they just clipped one side of him and then in more or less the same motion, they have spun around him and hit the other armpit from the back.
Okay, yeah,
And probably
like,
trying to make him lose his maul.
Yeah, basically, like, you cut him again and he was, like, struggling to hold his grip on the mole, and, like, with the other cut, he, like, drops it completely and, like, grabs the underside of his arm. Yeah, says, "Oh, that's a deep cut. The Duke better yield, otherwise we'll have to call a coroner." And he's like, "Ah!"
Willow stands back and puts one of their hands behind their back and sort of it back into the sheath like it's finished.
"Oh, you don't..." The Duke, like, grabs something from his belt, takes a big swig.
Oh.
Healing potion. Gets back up on his feet.
I didn't know that was allowed.
Forgot we were allowed to bring those.
"I'll get you yet." He, like, unleashes a flurry of attacks at Cognaut.
Ooh,
One hit.
Oh, one hit.
Yeah, the other missed.
Do you use a spell slot? You can bump your armor up to the point where it won't this won't get you hit at all if you use shield. Because I know that you're juggling like a million.
Yeah. My sound just glitched. But yeah, Willow's gonna chuck up shield at that time.
Okay, so the mole like comes hammering down like overhead on like supposed to like hit Cognaut straight in the face. And then there's like a ching of like static energy as like the mole bounces back, having not made contact. Cheater! The dude growls. He was like, Ahab says, "Oh, a nice shield. Cognaut's got the defense. The Duke is getting sloppy.
Oh no.
Looks like he
Okay.
can only take one more hit before this sore loser is gonna get sent home packing."
My guy. Okay. Yeah. Cognaut's going to. I think they shielded their face with just their hand. It wasn't like their hand actually, like, made contact
Yeah,
with
it
it,
was
but
like
their
a
hand
hand
had the force
gesture.
field around it.
Yeah.
So the hand's up near the hat basically, and then they reach. He's next to me. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like
They're
basically.
going to. Nice. They're going to reach forward and just click once in his face. That's the Thunder Gauntlet.
Yeah, roll to attack.
What do I roll again? I'm just trying to find it. Thunder
It
Gauntlet is
should-
1d8.
Yes.
Yeah,
roll to
okay.
attack.
So I just hit the Thunder Gauntlet.
Yes. There's like he just manages to like duck out of the way of your like click, and there's like a boom that blasts past his ear. He's gonna try and swing once more. He's losing energy. Miss. There's like another crack as he like slams the mole like next to Cognaut's feet. Your turn.
Gosh,
You
he
just
looks like he's
barely
in a
missed.
bad way. Yeah, no. I think Willow's going to go again. Cognaut, rather, is going to go again with the same.
Yeah.
Give him a quick kick in the nads.
Nah. This ain't that kind of fight. Yeah. Just another one. Ooh, damn.
Oh.
Oof.
You like go to click, and then he like basically grabs your hand. He's gonna make an athletics check to
Oof.
so like you lose the attack basically, and then he's gonna try and swing at you again. Again, he can't get a hit in on you, but like
He's
he's
stubborn.
like raging about it. Yeah.
Why rage?
I imagine
sir?
you
Just
guys
sit
have, like,
down.
Wheeled around each other a couple times.
Okay.
It's a very spinny fight.
Yeah, very spinny. Willow's gonna Thunder Gauntlet again, but this time he has
Okay.
one of their hands, yeah?
Yeah,
I imagine he's
he
still
like
holding their
grabbed
hand.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Willow's going to. I imagine he has a big gem on like the middle of his chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Willow's gonna like flick it like with their other hand now.
Yeah.
Pointed
Okay.
like little pissed off little flick.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Roll to attack. That's a hit. And like you do a little flick, and like the thunder thing just like blows up in his face, and he like gets sent knocked out back. And like the entire crowd goes, "Whoa!"
Love seeing a rich man get his ass kicked.
Knockout. Should have known better to concede defeat, Duke. That's what you get for being a sore loser. Thank you all. With that, we have our winners for the night. Give it up for our contestants. Tomorrow, we'll get to round 2 in our fight to see who can topple the Titan. Woo!
Can I do one more insight check on the end of that fight?
Yes.
You should. I think you would have seen the magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone get any advantage having seen Willow spar and
yeah, I'll
do
see
magic?
that. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I'm rooting for you, buddy. Oh,
There's something familiar about that, but you can't quite place it. Willow hasn't turned yet. Yeah, that's the end of the night.
Oh.
It is.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
You did it!
Cat is like
Uh,
riding an
I don't-
absolute high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and seems
Luca, you got
thrilled
to
to.
watch some of the like fight from the sidelines before like returning to your.
Willow's immediately gone back to the changing rooms and to
Yeah.
the toilet. Straight to the toilet.
There's like a big crush as like the like audience rises and there's like a turnaround of like people going to collect their bets and so on.
Yes.
There's like a mix of like applause and like cheering, so on. It's you know,
Yeah.
it's a real crush. There's a lot of people around, so it's easy for people to slip in and out. Speaking of which, Damon slips up to the group of you before Willow has returned. Nice fight out there, kid.
Thank you. I didn't know whether you'd be watching.
I had a little while before my fight, so hey.
Yeah, you did pretty well too. I think they're a bit on the nose with that matchup though.
Oh,
Yeah, that was funny.
people like a classic fight. Yeah.
Where's
But
wonderful? Oh no, just Willow's not here.
yeah.
Cat says maybe they ate something bad? I don't know.
Yeah.
They look kind of
Thanks, Cat.
sick
Yeah, I guess that's possible.
Well, I
before we
hope they
got
did-
here.
Hope
Oh,
we got
that's a
it
Yeah,
shame.
Willow has rampant diarrhea. That's why Willow's not here. Thanks, Cat. You always know just what to say. Gosh.
It's a cover.
Same girl.
It's a cover.
Cheers. Sorry, Damon.
She was just like either like you. It wasn't. She didn't say it explicitly. She was just like.
I'm joking. I'm
Uh-huh.
joking.
Well, I'm
Okay.
looking forward to tomorrow night. See
Yeah,
if we
maybe.
get matched up.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll see if I
need
can
go
get you to
talk-
take that sword of yours out.
Yeah. I don't know if you can handle it. You seem
I'm
pretty
sure I
competent
can
with a
manage.
blade.
I have a few years of experience handling a blade.
Yeah, no kidding. You did some bright damage with yours.
Cute. I'm glad you noticed.
I think Willow arrives at this point to see their friends.
I think
Ugh.
I think Willow,
Him.
is gonna skirt around, basically pretend that they were standing outside.
Yeah,
So like they would have followed the crowd out into the
yeah,
the open area. So they kind of look like they're coming. If they're just gonna wait outside for you guys to come out.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Cool. Right, well, I need to go see a man about a
Polish
fight.
your sword.
Nah.
Thank you for just going nah.
See you later. Send my regards to Willow, hey?
Will do. And you too, whoever you happen to be seeing tonight.
Oh, trust me, it's just business, kid. Nothing interesting. You head all
Can I
out. and-
insight check that?
Sure.
I'm curious about this man now.
Hard to read.
Okay.
But yeah, he heads back inside and seems to like wait around to grab Ahab if you watch him for a bit.
Okay.
Outside, Willow
okay.
is waiting. Cat says, smell, right?
And sound.
Yeah, it's pretty loud in there. Hey, that was really cool. She
Yeah,
like punches Luca in the shoulder. Good job,
Yeah,
man. You got
okay.
into the second round.
One hit.
Thank you.
Yeah, says like, your costume looks wonderful, dear.
Thank you. And worked and did so well.
Eh. And shrugs a little bit pink in the cheeks.
They did my makeup too. Doesn't it look good? I think I
Looks
smudged it a bit, but
wonderful. Well,
That was awesome.
that was quite exciting.
Yeah. Did you see any of that
And-
last fight, Willow?
I only heard it. Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, they were interesting.
Very loud.
Hmm.
Very
Who-
slippy.
It was very loud.
Why would you come drunk? Such a waste of.
Eh,
I bet the guy was too nervous watching all the fights. I mean, you see the performances
Yeah.
we got?
there are a lot of big fighters out there today.
Yeah.
If I had to go in the ring,
Which
I'd
was
probably
your
get a bit
favorite?
drunk.
I mean, like other than
Myself,
you, I like
of
the. I really like
Everyone's just so
the
excitedly
copycat.
talking at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that babble of like leaving
Yeah.
a movie.
Yeah. Of course you liked the copycat, Willow says knowingly.
Look, I just appreciate some good showmanship. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why would Cat like the copycat?
Willow's going to come up beside Luca and knock him on the arm and say, "I'll shout dinner."
Oh, you don't need to do that.
Well, technically you won the money that dinner will be shouting, so
Oh, you bet on me, did you?
no.
Oh,
Yes.
Well,
Anne and I
at
both
least
bet
Anne
on you.
oh. I'm glad. I
Oh
could
hell
get
yeah,
you
we need to
some-
collect our winnings. Hold up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's like a
Yeah.
big kerfuffle. You end the night. I'll figure out money stuff later.
Yeah.
But
I've
like,
written my stuff
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do accounting later. But
Yes.
hey,
Yeah.
a great first night.
Yeah. Like, that was so
Yeah.
much fun.
So cool.
Oh my gosh.
That you have dinner in Regalport with Seeker, Elsa, and Kat, and lots of fun.
Take Nana out to dinner after a
Alright.
show.
Yeah.
Luca's keeping his outfit on or no? Does he keep his outfit on for dinner? Maybe not. he drops
yeah, he'd
barbecue
probably
sauce
get
on his goodies.
changed. Yeah.
He probably
Yeah.
would have gotten changed like shortly after his match, and also like cleaned up a bit, got a bit sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he kept the makeup on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kept the makeup on,
Yeah.
so still makeup, but in his regular outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That's any debriefing conversations you want to have?
Might actually be like, we might end up talking. I feel like we might end up talking about the Harpy mission actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Would we? Willow's weirdly tired.
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah.
weirdly tired, but just kind of like.
Like, I want to make another insight check, but I've been making so many.
Yeah.
Can I make a little insight check about Willow just to see if they're okay?
Sure. Hey, yawning.
I'm a. Yeah. Ah. No, I didn't notice.
You know what? There's one more person who gets to do a little check.
Seeker Elsa.
Nope, it's actually Kat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Seeker Elsa has no reason to suspect Willow of anything. Fuck. Well,
Oh, we matched.
nobody has clued in.
Well, I was
Kat
just checking to
was-
see if Willow was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willow seems fine, just like tired and like a little bit rattled. You know, they have sensitive hearing, so like this much like
Yeah.
screaming is
Yeah.
probably worn on them a bit.
Can I
That's
like
true.
gently put my hands over their ears?
Yeah. Willow's going to sort of side glance Luca, like eyebrow raise at him, like okay, and then but let him do it.
And then I'm gonna like lead them away with my hands covering their ears. So
Is
they're
this when we're
protected
leaving?
from the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Upgrade to my bandana.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Through my ears.
Yep.
No.
That's empathy.
Apparently.
Wait, we would have gotten matchups for tomorrow, yes? Tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like they'll
Oh.
be giving fighters the yeah. So it takes a while. Like you have to sort of come back after like
dinner.
the thing is cleared out and there's like a around. So it looks like tomorrow's matches are Cognaut versus Red Skies, Slice versus Luca, Mimic versus
Ooh.
Damon, and the Anvil versus Trickshot Turek.
Okay. I've already forgotten. I'm voting Slice.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's-
god, you're versing the little gnome that talks to a sword.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
I guess I'll have to bet on Luca as his manager.
Aww. Traitor.
Yeah, I've known Luca a bit longer.
Just a bit.
Aw. Knives blunt, but Luca's heart is forever.
Yes.
Mhm. I think I'm gonna bet on the mysterious Cognaut over that Red Skies guy. Cat says he's kind of
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, I didn't like his vibe. I lost
The-
money to him
the-
too,
Nobo.
so
Ugh.
Obnoxious.
I think
you
the-
voted for him?
The robot
Bet on
person was cool though.
yeah, a Cognaut person, very cool, very
Yeah.
stylish.
They didn't say anything.
No, that's like part of the appeal,
know.
though. Like we were
Yeah, I
talking
guess
about
so.
the silent mystery for Luca, but that whole deal was already taken, so it's a good thing we went for this whole look and gestures to the roses on Luca's face.
Yeah.
Luca's like sparkling at that. Yeah, they did it a lot better than I
wouldn't-
could have.
We wouldn't want Luca to not be opening his mouth during a fight.
Oh no, that's like a big part of his psychological warfare in combat.
Oh yeah.
You're very quick. Very smooth, I guess you would say.
That Damon guy has similar moves to you, though. Did you see that slap on the ass he gave the guy?
No wonder you two are
damn.
getting along.
Willow went from
I guess
laughing
being
with you guys to
annoying
just
is a
immediately-
strategy.
Yeah, I mean it is.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Cognaut
The
did to
Mimic's
that
turn.
Duke guy. And the Mimic, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, the
And that's
the
how I
Duke
win
was
fights
drunk.
against Willow.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'd love to see that, Cat says.
They did spar
Well,
once.
not fights, arguments. Arguments. I think I annoy Willow into submission.
You give yourself too much credit, Luca. Sorry,
Oh.
Your Highness.
Now I'm gonna just like put my hands over their ears again. They can't hear me
Why?
when I. I don't know.
Cover your ears.
Why?
I let them think they win the arguments.
I can hear you.
No, you can't.
It's just like a lot of laughter and giggling, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that's sort
Yeah.
of the like good, happy, friendly vibes as you head on home, taking the last ferry back to Regal Port.
Yeah.
Seeker also like is very tired by the end as well.
Aw.
Oh, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Give her a little hug and a kiss. Probably help her up to
Yeah.
her room if she wants.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
And I think this is where we end
No.
for tonight, unless you guys have like
Right.
conversations to say.
Oh wait, the
Unless
night.
You guys have. Yeah, it's night time. Sleep.
Okay, I thought you meant the sesh.
It is both.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
So unless you have a fucking conversation do you want to have or a scene that you want to elaborate on, this is it.
Mim desperately trying to think of something so we can keep going.
I'm like, no, we're at 3:23. I advertised this as fight night. No, I'm kidding. We did have fight night.
Yeah.
I think Willow's gonna go to the No, that's probably not a smart idea. Yeah, they're gonna go to the Quail and have a beverage.
Okay. Cat will
Is there any
go
chance
for
Willow
you
will be
with you
around?
for a nightcap. What?
I don't know if Willow would have known that they were going to go, so they would have invited Luca and but they just kind of dawdled there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. They probably went to the cleansing stone, and then like decided at the last minute to. I need a beverage. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm going to have a beverage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have a martini before I sleep.
Bruno's not here, is he?
What do you get from he might be actually.
I would love if Bruno were here.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
he could be here. You can
Yeah,
catch
my
Bruno on
favorite-
his way out from dinner.
Yes!
He's just finishing up when you walk in.
Oh,
Favorite divorced
okay, we're gonna
dad.
annoy him.
Okay.
Bruno.
Willow?
Ah, you remember Cat?
Yeah, one of the Jenny's lot. She waves.
Mm.
I'm gonna get a drink.
Yeah. Okay.
She pops off over the bar as you have a brief moment while Bruno is like putting on his coat and heading out the door. Late night?
Yeah, just came back from what's the name of it again?
Belly of the Beast.
Belly of the
Regal
Beast.
Fort.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're holding a fighting tournament.
Yeah. Your big Karnathi friend. He in it?
Yeah. He's competing.
No. Good luck to him.
Did you want to come watch?
You need- I got work to do.
It's in the evening. Tomorrow night, main event. Kind of.
You gonna buy me a ticket?
I don't know. I have to ask my boss for an advance on my pay.
Alright. You've been doing good work, so sure, I'll come along.
Seeker Elsa is coming, as well as everyone. So
Alright. Must be important then.
everyone important's gonna be there. Willow's got
Mhm.
like a nervous energy, but like a weird, like, you know when someone's like so calm and so nervous at the same time that you don't really know what their buzz is, but Willow's just like
Yeah.
buzzing. Yeah.
Sure, I'll come watch. Cheer on your big fella.
Yeah.
What's
He'll like
the
to see you.
prize?
Money. Accolades.
How much we're talking?
200?
Bruno does like a sort of sage impressed nod. Yeah, it's good money.
Yeah. They do the same sigh. Fuck you. Alright, well. Me
Have a good
too.
night,
on
then.
adopting each other's
Probably, I
gestures.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see you there. Or
He gives you
yeah,
a
wherever.
little pat on the shoulder. Good night. Don't get too
Night.
drunk.
I won't.
Cat returns with your drinks. Does a little cheers and like with you quickly, and then like sips her beverage. Man, cheering is thirsty work.
Hmm. I imagine Willow gives this like very nondescript, but like a little smirk when they clink glasses, like they are celebrating something that they haven't clued anyone in on. They just seem a little bit smug in the moment.
Cool. What you smiling about? Your winnings?
Drinks. Drinks with a pretty lady.
Yeah, right. I don't think I'm up for much tonight, because I am fucking tired.
Good. Me neither.
Cool.
Sweet.
Already paid, so she like chugs her drink. Race you home.
Fine. Willow also chugs their drink. Are they literally gonna run?
Like she like just moseys out. Like there's like a half-hearted run, and then like it's just literally like they just walk back.
Yeah. Haha, race,
Like-
haha, race, just kidding.
Flops into bed. Tired.
Yeah. Immediate falls asleep for both of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Race you home.
Yeah,
Cute.
exactly.
Yeah.
Luca and En, what's happening at
Yeah.
the Poppy as you head down for bed? This is probably the last night that you are sharing a room.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tomorrow
We
you're
should
going back to your
celebrate.
separate rooms.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that I could get like something like sweet to drink, like a hot milk or something?
Yeah, you can make yourself a hot milk.
Milk and honey. What?
No, Willow goes out for the beverage, and then Luca, can I get some hot chocolatey milk?
Well, yeah, but I don't think we have any chocolate, so like.
Aww.
Yeah, you can have some sweetened milk and honey.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bring that in as like a surprise for me and En when they're setting
Aw.
down for bed.
And it's probably like sitting up, but with their legs tucked under the blankets with their journal. When Luca comes in, they like kind of hurry to close it and glance up.
I've got the tray in my hands. I'm in my pajamas and I look positively clean. I'm sparkling. I'm radiant.
Yeah, all washed up,
You
Yeah,
celebrating your big night?
glistening and like still a little glowy from the exercise.
Yeah.
No, actually, just, you know.
Just because?
Well, also, it's our last night together.
Nah, right. I'll finally have my room back and be rid of you.
You can finally sleep on not the floor. I'm gonna like sit on the floor with En for now.
And we'll accept like the mug and have it in there, warming it in their hands. Oh, the company hasn't been so bad.
Don't tell him that. He'll get a big head.
Yeah. Gotta keep it from him. Can you keep a secret from me, Luca?
I think I can manage.
Thank you. Just between us. Hey.
Take a sip of your milk.
Yeah. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Not to bring a certain someone up, but you told Kai that you saw some of yourself in me. I've been trying to figure that out since you said it, so I figure I might as well come to the source, right?
Gonna have an emotional conversation after a long night.
That's when you get him. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
No, it's fine. I don't think the answer is as interesting as you'd hope, or as insightful.
I don't need interesting or insightful, Luca. I just want to know what you think.
You seem lonely.
And nods, like
You're trying hard not to be sad. Luca shrugs a little bit.
And nods, like, yeah, they kind of figured that out already.
Sorry, it's nothing more. Anything.
No. I mean, you're right. And sips their drink.
I think you could say that about most people, though. So probably wasn't very insightful to say to begin with.
Luca, come on. Don't count yourself out so quickly. You're sharper than you give yourself
I'm
credit
not.
for.
I know, but I also know that there are people who are more sharp than me, so...
No. Everyone has their own kind of intelligence.
And I'm very good at knowing how to make people laugh at how silly I am, I guess.
You're a healer. You're an amazing fighter. You're thoughtful.
I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor. And you're a magician.
I am.
You have your strengths, Luca.
I think
and
you
it's
want...
not just this. And then punches Luca's arm.
I think you want people to like you, but you don't because it's dangerous.
I told you were sharp. And sips their drink.
That's why we like each other. And I sip mine.
Yeah. Maybe it is.
I like you. So, one less thing to worry about.
Hmm. Thanks, Luca. You're a good friend.
Luca, like, bristles at that a little bit, but, like, good bristles.
Little goosebumps.
Hmm.
Yeah. He sips his drink so he doesn't smile too much. You too. And then, like, buries his face in his drink.
And will kind of smile to themselves under the lip of their mug and take a drink as well. And kind of let the conversation peter off
Peter out. Yeah.
for bedtime.
Yeah, I think that's a good... Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think it's where we actually close our episode.
Yeah.